Hello, my friend, and greetings from the UNI-Dome as Cedar Falls Community Television is once again excited to provide you with high school athletics. It's Cedar Falls Tiger football as the Tigers host Cedar Rapids Prairie in Class 4A District 3 action. Hi, everybody. Mark Simpson along with the coach John Yoakum here at the Dome tonight. And imagine if this were a poker game, all the chips would be in the center of the table because a lot riding on tonight's game, John.
Yeah, Cedar Falls wins tonight. They're going to get to play at home the rest of the way out. If Prairie wins, they get to host a playoff game, and Cedar Falls will potentially go on the road. So it's a huge night along with the district title.
Well, the Tigers, as we look at their RPI right now in the state of Iowa, number 2. So the Tigers pretty high, well, very high right now, and that will guide them through the playoffs. And the current district leaders in the state of Iowa right now is Cedar Falls. You look, Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Prairie tied for first place right now in District 3. Several districts will be decided this evening. In Class 4A District 3, Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids Prairie, both unbeaten, 4-0. Both Prairie's losses coming outside the district in their non-district schedules. We look at the Hawks' schedule, and they lost back-to-back weeks to two good teams, though, John.
Yeah, they're 2 district leaders. Kennedy's already wrapped up their district walkies, and then the lead of theirs. No losses, no bad losses on there. Sets up a great game tonight.
And for Cedar Falls, they have run the table so far. They've gone through several close games, but they are unbeaten heading into Week 9 of the high school football season. So Cedar Falls versus Cedar Rapids Prairie, the winner of this ball game wins the Class 4A district title. We'll have the opening kickoff right after this. This is Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television. Welcome back. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here at the UNI-Dome for this huge matchup in Class 4A District 3 between the Cedar Falls Tigers and the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie. John, the opening kickoff will be by Cedar Falls as Cedar Rapids Prairie won the flip of the coin, but they have decided to receive. You're surprised by that?
Yeah, well, I usually just like to defer, but it just usually means that team's really confident in their offense and what they can do. And if you're on the opposing side, you kind of take that as a slap in the face that they think they can do that. So it's just kind of a motivating tool, but it makes sense both ways, but we'll see what we have on defense right away.
Well, last time these two teams met, it also determined the district championship in Class 4A District 3. Cedar Falls winning at John Wall Field 28-14 in a hard-fought game. Of course, that Cedar Falls team went all the way to the Class 4A finals before falling to Des Moines Dowling in the fourth quarter. All-time series, Cedar Falls with a large lead, but a lot of those games have been very close as the Cedar Falls Tigers, 14 wins. Prairie with just 3 wins. Bryce Albaugh ready to kick off. And we are underway for this Class 4A District 3 showdown as the ball goes into the end zone. Touchback, and we'll see the Hawks on offense. Hunter Williams is the quarterback. Nick Pearson, who leads 4A in rushing with 1,496 yards, is their main weapon, along with Tariq Amir, who just needs 3 yards to go over 1,000 for the year.
2 backs with over 1,000 yards is really impressive.
They averaged 369 yards rushing per game. We'll see that single wing offense, a unique form that I think maybe only a handful of schools in the state run. As Williams, the direct snap to Pearson, and Pearson is hit and maybe even lost a yard as the Tigers get a good surge on that left side of the defensive front.
A good penetration right up the middle by the linebackers. Barnett, look like Mickey in there as well. Yeah, it's tough to prepare for. It's something you don't see every week. It's definitely a strange
Look at this formation.
And they'll spread out.
2nd and 10. And they break. Now you see Williams at quarterback, but as we saw the direct snap to Pearson moments ago. Now this is Tariq Amir around the left end. Cuts up. Running room for Amir, and he's close to the first down marker.
That's a tough thing. With strong runners like that, you got to tackle them low. To get up high, they kind of break it with their legs.
And now Amir has gone over 1,000 yards rushing for the season as the ball spotted at the 10. On the year, the Hawks averaging just over about 8.5 yards per carry. That's unreal.
That's crazy, yeah.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Power side to the right.
This is the offense you want to play in if you're a lineman. I'll tell you that. You get to hit everybody every play.
They have a big offensive line with Colton Staub, their right tackle. The main anchor at 6'4", 285 pounds. They run that way, and disappearing after a short gain about 3 is Nick Pearson, 5'10", 180-pound junior. Again, leads the state in rushing. He's scored 20 touchdowns this season so far.
And defensively, it's just a big gap control defense. Everyone has their job, and because every play looks the same, and you don't know where the ball's going.
Caden Barnett with that last tackle for Cedar Falls. 2nd down and 6 coming up. And they go with Amir off that right end where he just had that big run. He does it again. He has running room. And Tariq Amir is gone. Amir goes the distance as he covers 65 yards. And Cedar Rapids Prairie makes a statement early here at the Dome.
Yeah, definitely the first punch thrown by Prairie there. Great counter here. They pull the lineman. He kind of pushes the hole to cause the defense to fill it, and then he bounces to the outside.
Now Tariq Amir picks up his 11th rushing touchdown of the year. Now the try for the extra point.
He's
Kicker.
Safely over 1,000 yards now, I think.
Yeah, Carter Griffin is the kicker. The holder is the quarterback, Hunter Williams. Good snap, and the kick is on the way, and good.
We almost got to it there.
So Cedar Rapids Prairie on the long run by Tariq Amir, as we'll watch it again, as he cuts it outside and just blows past everybody.
He pressed the hole there to cause the defense to collapse because they thought he was going to run it kind of inside. Once he pressed it and collapsed the hole, then he bounced it to the outside, and there's nobody there.
As he outruns Jay Seeger for Cedar Falls into the end zone, 7-0 in favor of Cedar Rapids Prairie, and that silences the big crowd here at the UNI-Dome. So the Tigers, I'm sure, will have to make an adjustment there on what happened as the Tigers preparing to receive the kickoff, something they've excelled at this year. Bryce Alba last week in a win at Dubuque Senior returned the opening kickoff, 97 yards for a touchdown. 2nd time he's run for a touchdown.
It'd be interesting to see they kick it to him because he almost just can't kick it to him. But we'll see.
So Prairie, they wanted the opening kickoff. They got it, and they convert.
That was an impressive drive.
Now kicking off will be A.J. Walter. And Alba standing about the 5-yard line. And it's a little squib kick. It's one of the up men. Ball still loose and picked up, and then sliding down for Cedar Falls is Ryan Dunlop. And Tigers will have the ball about the 37-yard line.
It's a good hop for Dunlop to pick it up there, but collective Tigers held their breath there. That ball bouncing around after that first drive. Defense got to be able to catch their breath and get some coaching here and figure out what they want to do differently defensively.
Now the Tigers on offense for the first time. Cedar Falls undefeated, 8-0, riding a 23-game regular season winning streak. Cale Loescher is the quarterback in shotgun. This is a very balanced Tigers offense. Going to throw on first down, pressure, and he's going to go down. It's a sack down at the 31. And Prairie coming up with the sack as Loescher is tossed for about a 6-yard loss. They got pressure around in the middle, forcing Loescher into the pocket, and then he was brought down, and the sack on the play, it looked like Ashton Stoner DeGroot with the tackle from his defensive end position.
And that pressure kind of came up the middle, which is tough to deal with as a quarterback.
2nd down and 16, the ball at the 31. Cedar Falls first carry to Ryan Ostrich, and he is brought down immediately. Nowhere to go for Ryan Ostrich. Moses Each, a defensive tackle, sophomore, 6'2", 230.
And he just got off the block there. He's just more physical on the edge there. He's fired up. It looked like there's a little bit of a seam there for Ostrich, but it closed up pretty quickly. Sets up 3rd and long. And again, you got to be pretty safe here. Don't turn the ball over.
Tigers have to get up to their own 47-yard line for a 1st down. So 3rd and a long distance coming up for CF. Prairie leading 7-0 after the long run by Tariq Amir. Back to pass. The pocket closes. Loescher steps up, throws it, lofts it down the field. The receiver's open, and it's caught by Ryan Ostrich. The flag is down. I think that Cale Loescher may have crossed the line of scrimmage when he released that football.
Well, it looked close. The 31 is where he could not cross.
Yep, and he was around the 29, it looked like.
See, I think the rule is if you have any part of your body on it or behind it, it's okay. So that, I bet that was pretty close.
So watch
it's supposed to be at the 31. You can have any part of your body on or behind it, and you're supposed to be okay.
I think I said 29. I was looking the wrong direction. Yep. It was close, but they said he went over. And that is a loss of down, and the Tigers will have to punt. So tough series for Cedar Falls to open up the ball game. Their first time on offense, and now they'll have to punt to that dangerous Prairie offense. Cale Loescher is the punter for the Tigers, averaging 37 yards per punt this year. Season long is 56.
They're trying to figure out where the placement of the ball should be here, I think. I think the Prairie coaches thought it should be a little farther back, but every coach feels that way, Mark. Penalties should always be more on the other team.
Colton Forsland, lone man deep for Prairie, standing on the left hash mark at the 40-yard line. Pressure on. High kick, and Forsland will take it at the 35. Forsland immediately engulfed by a sea of red. And Prairie will take over. Decent field position around the 37, 38-yard line.
Great coverage there by the Tigers. Kept their lanes, really hustled down. Did a good job here, keep it contained. Let's bottle them up, tackle them up as a team.
Prairie averaging 35 points per ball game, but they have been on a roll the last 2 weeks with wins over Cedar Rapids Jefferson and Waterloo West. Quick pass thrown out, and making the catch is Tariq Amir, heads up the field, and Amir with good gain on 1st down as he picks up nearly 8-9 yards.
The thing is that basically counts as a pass. All he did was snap it, throw it out there. But what they're doing is they're putting 3 guys out there to see if you'll take anyone out there with you besides the cornerback. We didn't, so they just threw it out there right away. Next time, if you bring more guys out there, they're going to run a dive. So
that's a 7th catch on the year for Tariq Amir, 5'8", 175-pound senior. 2nd down and 2. Amir is in motion. He'll get the handoff around the left edge, tripped up and knocked down by Nathan G, but not after he picks up enough to pick up the 1st down as he gets across midfield at the Cedar Falls 49-yard line.
And that's the tough thing. They run the ball so well up the middle. You're always thinking of protecting the middle, and then they run the jet sweeps. They throw it to the edges. Yeah, we were talking before the game. This is just a kind of a fun offense. A lot of different variances you can do running the ball.
Coached by Mark Bliss in his 5th year, longtime coach. 32 years he's been coaching, 25 years as a head coach. Several different locations around the country. So they do a quick hitter up the middle, and Pearson stops short on 1st down. That's what Brad Remmert, the head coach of Cedar Falls, said that the key for the Tigers to get them into those 3rd and long situations, make them feel uncomfortable.
And that's their bread and butter play. You know, they've been stretching us out to the side, like quick pass, side on a jet sweep, but that kind of counter trap right up the middle is the bread and butter for this kind of offense.
6:44 to go in the 1st quarter. The Hawks lead 7-0. Tariq Amir, the 65-yard gallop for a touchdown on the Hawks' first possession. Second down and 9. And the quarterback, Hunter Williams, will keep it. Gets across the 45, dives forward, and it'll be about a 3rd and 4 coming up here for Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Especially in this offense, if you have a quarterback that can run, it just adds another number. You know, those running backs are just lead blockers if you have a quarterback that can run as well. So big down here for the Tigers. If we can hold them to no gain, they might punt it. If they gain any yardage, they're probably going to go for it here on 4th.
Strong side to the left. And they'll give it to Amir. Amir caught in the backfield, and he struggles to just get across the line of scrimmage.
It's a big play.
Now it's 4th down and 4, and where the ball is situated, they'll probably bring in their punting unit.
To me, a big play on that one was Trey Weimer setting the edge. They were pulling linemen. He stuck his nose in there, plugged that hole so everyone else could kind of fill. If you let him move you, then you get in trouble on those plays.
Well, right now, looks like they are going to go for it. No correction. Yep, direct snap. They're going to run around the left edge. They're going for it at 4th and 4, and they're going to be stopped short. It was a direct snap. Adam Longwell, 6'1", 170-pound junior, got the snap, and he's about a yard, 2 yards short of the first down.
That's big for the Tigers there.
Tigers have it 1st down and 10.
I was checking to see if that was their punter, but it's not. So they're going for it straight there. Sometimes they do that kind of direct snap and kind of a pooch kick, but
Logan Clements, Eli Mickey, among others on that tackle, and the Tigers take over.
hopefully this gives the offense some momentum here. You got to stay on positive down and distance here. You can't lose yards on 1st down.
Second time, Cedar Falls with the football. Running the option is Loescher, keeping the football. Cale Loescher spins his way for a 1st down across midfield, right around the 47. Loescher running a lot more this year in his senior season.
He's going to have an option there, and he saw he could get the yards he needed to get there and turns it up.
That long stride on the 6'5" Loescher. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Cedar Falls averaging 334 yards per game, very balanced, 165 yards passing, 169 yards rushing per game. Run the option, pitch out, Ostrich cuts inside, across the 40, still on his feet. Ryan Ostrich finally brought down at the 38.
Well, I was wondering how quick they were going to go back to that option because Loescher didn't have anybody on him, which means Ostrich also didn't have anybody on him. This time they got a D end to that spot. Loescher just flips it to the outside, good cut back by Ostrich.
Ryan Ostrich, the Tigers' leading rusher this year, coming into the game with 761 yards per game, on the season, I should say.
That's a pretty good yards per game. Get him the Heisman.
He's averaging 6 yards per carry. 4:15 to go in the 1st quarter. Play action. Loescher throws it near sidelines, receiver open. Ben Cernat with the catch, stays in bounds down the sidelines, pushed out of bounds in the red zone at the 12-yard line.
And they're kind of getting into the area where you can take a shot over the top for a touchdown to Cernat, so you got to give him some space. He puts a lot of pressure on the route, then stops on a dime, and Loescher puts it right on him. Good extra yards after the catch there.
I was told by a source that the Tigers should have an advantage passing the football. Cedar Rapids Prairie's defensive backs maybe not
The Mark Simpson insider.
Yeah, be able to handle the Tiger passing game. Loescher running the option. Pitch out, Ostrich cuts it inside. Ostrich carrying tackles close to the end zone. Stopped just short at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
I'm guessing the quarterback sneak's coming. That would be something like that. That's a little bit farther than a yard. I thought it was a little closer than that. But yeah, we got to get this in. Maybe a little too far for a sneak.
Nice blocking on the outside by the receiver for Cedar Falls.
Could be the Borcherding dive here.
Tigers running the I. Jager Borcherding is the fullback. They'll go with the second man through, and Ostrich pulls Cedar Falls within a point as he goes in for the score, and it's 7-6.
It's a great response by the Tigers there. That first drive, Prairie just kind of punched us in the mouth there a little bit, and we bounced back. on defense especially, got that 4th down stop, and then the offense marches right down the field and scores. Great response by the Tigers.
Ryan Ostrich picks up his 12th touchdown of the year. Extra point on the way, and good. We are tied at 7 apiece. Tigers go 49 yards. Those young ladies like that as Cedar Falls. Big plays in this drive, the running of Ryan Ostrich. And the pass to Ben Cernette, setting up the Tigers at the 12-yard line. An option play worked very effective on that drive as Cedar Falls punches it in. Here's the touchdown again by Ryan Ostrich. Give him 6, and we are tied 7 apiece. 3:31 to go here in the first.
That option play is a big one because the first time they didn't even have a defensive end out there, and then every time after that they've only had one defender out there, so Losher can either force him to take him and pitch it or keep it himself. That's where Prairie's going to have to make an adjustment because that play has been there every time.
Alba had a terrific all-around game last week against Dubuque Senior. Deep kickoffs, kickoff return for a touchdown. He also intercepted a pass, kicked a couple field goals. He did everything. Might have a chance to return here. No, that ball will carry. Touchback.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would kick it to all ball. I'd kick it out of bounds if you have to. I don't know, but I would not kick it to him. Like last year, I wouldn't kick it to Wolf either. So
there's the Radio Iowa 4A rankings. You see Cedar Falls ranked 3rd. West Des Moines Valley number 1, and West Des Moines Dowling number 2. Again, the winner of this game not only wins the district title, but is at home for the first round of the playoffs a week from tonight.
You know, Prairie would get 1. If CF wins, they're going to be in the Dome the rest of the way.
This is Pearson. On the misdirection play, picks up about 3. Pearson again, averaging 9.2 yards a carry. So far, Cedar Falls has kept him in check, but just hold your breath every time he carries the football.
Well, this is another benefit. You know, Allball's playing safety now, but he played linebacker at the beginning of the year, so it's like having another linebacker out there as a defensive back. Cedar Falls running more of a 4-4 today.
Again, they go with Pearson. Tigers stand him up right at the line of scrimmage. This is what you see. Koltoff talking with his offensive lineman. They're looking at the screen of the blockers.
26-yard line.
Great shot by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. 3rd down and 4 coming up here for the Hawks. Coming in with a record of 6-2, like Cedar Falls, 4-0 in 4A District 3. And Hunter Williams, play action, throws it. Receivers there, making the running catch is Tariq Amir, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 39.
It's a good throw. Perfect throw right on the money. Kind of a wheel route or basically a wheel route right over the top. The running back. That's a tough thing when you don't have receivers out there hardly ever. Defensive backs kind of fall asleep a little bit out there.
Hunter Williams, senior quarterback, completing 52% of his passes. He's only thrown 3 touchdowns this year and 2 interceptions, but the strength of this team is their brilliant rushing attack. Direct snap to Pearson, and Pearson is tripped up, and the Tigers submarine, Logan Clement, and also Trayton Weimer in there.
Yeah, Clement's kind of got knocked to the ground, but did a good job of getting his arm out there and sweeping the leg.
2nd down and 10. 2 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter, tied at 7. Cedar Rapids Prairie scoring on their opening drive. They got a long run from Tariq Amir. Right now we have it at 65 yards. The extra point was good. Tigers came right back a couple series later. 59-yard drive. Ryan Ostrich going in from 1 yard down. And again, Pearson is bottled up on the Tiger front. Bring up a 3rd down and 10.
One thing you notice here when they've been running that sweep with number 7, the quarterback's been the one handing it off to him. This time they snapped it to the fullback, faked the sweep. So there's some tells in some of this stuff where our defense picked that up pretty quickly.
So Williams, let's say a passing situation here, 3rd and 10, 2 wideouts to either side. Play action. Throws it across the field and overthrows Johnny Jones, the intended receiver, incomplete. Tigers got a little heat on the quarterback, and Prairie will have to punt.
That's exactly what you said about what Coach Remmert wanted, where get him into 3rd and long and 3rd and a distance they're not comfortable with. Make them throw it when they're not used to it, and good coverage there by the Tigers.
Bryce Albaugh ready to return this punt. He's averaging 9 yards on a punt return this season. Sam Breaksiak is the punter. And referees throw the flag just as that ball was snapped. Someone line up offside.
It'd have to be something like that.
Referees talking about this. They're waving it off.
Yep.
So we'll try it again.
Just kidding.
Minute and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Battle for the district championship between the Tigers and the Hawks. It's been a good rivalry over the years. Even though Cedar Falls has dominated, there's been a lot of close games. High snap and chased out of the pocket is Breaksiak, able to get off a good punt too. Oh, that looked like disaster, and they get the friendly roll inside the 10, still rolling, as we down at the 3. Wow.
Wow.
Sam Breaksiak turns disaster into a tremendous play.
Who says the kickers aren't athletes, Mark?
Look at the high
Catch.
snap.
Thinks he might have to run it. Just whoop. That was pretty impressive play there.
The Tigers, they're going to put it right at the 2-yard line.
Just adds yards for Loescher here. Extends the drive here. No, yeah, this is big to get out of the end zone here.
Right now, I just hope to get a first down here.
Yeah.
Big game like this, field position is going to be critical. So the Tiger offense on the field and have to maybe play a little conservatively here. Their backs to their own goal line here. Getting the handoff, and Ryan Paul Gross getting his first carry. Gross been slowed down by injuries here over the last few weeks. Takes the ball up to about near the 5. Bo Gross, 5'9", 190-pound senior. And kind of a injury-filled senior season.
It's a great lead block by Borcherding there to kind of spring him. The linebacker blitz wasn't picked up, and Borcherding got him right in the hole.
Final seconds of this first quarter. Loescher under center. Tigers run it wide off the far side of the field. Tripped up and losing a yard is Gross, and that will end the first quarter. So the Tigers and the Hawks tied at 7. This battle for District 3. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter. Right after this, today's broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham Way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham Way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Seven. Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Prairie battling here at the Dome in this final game of the regular season. The playoffs begin a week from tonight, and the Tigers trying to grab a win tonight, so they'll have home field advantage for the postseason. After 1 quarter of play, Tigers with 55 yards in total offense. Prairie with 119, most of that in that long 65-yard, they're going to call that a 66-yard touchdown run by Tariq Amir. So big play here, 3rd down and 7. Tigers, delayed handoff. That does not surprise the Hawks, and Bo Gross dumped at the 1-yard line. And the Tigers will have to pump the ball, so that big play by the punter for Cedar Rapids Prairie, Sam Breaksiak, who looked like it was going to be a disaster, and the Tigers might block the punt, got off that huge punt that died at the 2, and now Cedar Falls have to punt out of their own end zone as a quick 3 and out. Loescher, good punt. Wow, tremendous kick. And he gets a great roll. Past the 25 and down where at the 23.
Where's the stats man? Where's the stats man for that punt? That might be one of the longest we've ever had.
Wow, let's see. Okay, it's 75 yards. Wow.
Net. It's all net, too. 75 net.
Wow. Flipping the field just like that, John.
Exactly.
Both punters coming through in this big game.
That's the best one I've seen Loescher hit all year. Great time for it, too.
Prior to that, his season long was 56 yards.
I mean, obviously the best one, but a great spiral backing up the return man, and beautiful time for it.
So here come the Hawks. Scored on their opening possession, have been stopped the last 2 drives. And they'll give it to Pearson. Nick Pearson so far has been contained by this Tiger defense. Again, Pearson leading Class 4A in rushing, coming in with 1,496 yards.
And defensively, what Prairie gets you is if you look in the backfield and the action and what's happening, you're going to lose the ball. If you watch where the guards pull and watch your assignments, that's your best chance defensively, because everyone makes the same movements on every play, runs the same fakes. It's just where the ball goes.
2nd down and 9 coming up for the Hawks. And Williams, they'll run the misdirection play, getting free, and this is Tariq Amir. Can he go the distance again? Yes! All the way for the score, his 2nd. Big run for Tariq Amir, coming through with a 75-yard run after earlier scoring on a 65-yard run.
And that's the same play again where they run the counter, and they just get numbers. You know, they get numbers on one side, you overload the strong side, they pull linemen, pull the other running backs, and he did a really good job being patient and reading his blocks.
What a game for the senior, Tariq Amir. And Cedar Rapids Prairie regains the lead at 13-7. Try for the extra point. This is Carter Griffin. Now you see why they have those average almost 8.5 yards per carry. Long home run hits like that.
You can have 5 short ones, but if you put a 75-yarder on there, it's big.
Griffin through the uprights on the point after. 14-7. Cedar Rapids Prairie. And look at the long run. Tell you what, we saw earlier in the year Jabril Bailey chase down somebody from Dubuque
to save the game, yeah.
And no way was he going to catch Tariq Amir.
Yeah, once he got to the edge, he was gone.
So, 2nd time tonight, Prairie takes a 7-point lead over the home team, the Cedar Falls Tigers. Now it's time for Cedar Falls to respond. Again, these two teams met last year in the regular season finale. The Tigers winning in Cedar Rapids 28-14. But prior to that, in 2017, they met in the first round of the playoffs. That was a first-round playoff game held at Wartburg Couch. It's the first ever Cedar Falls home game in the playoffs, not played in the Dome.
Yeah. We did that game. It was chilly.
Information courtesy of Brian Wetzel, the great Cedar Falls Tiger historian. So kicking off for the Hawks, A.J. Walter. Can Albaugh get a shot? It's a short pooch kick, fair catch called by Ben Cernett. The Tigers will take over at the 27-yard line, so they are keeping it away from Mr. Dangerous, Bryce Alba.
I think that's smart. I think you have to. I mean, it's fun for us, and it's better for us if Bryce gets a chance to return that, but I just think that's smart.
Alex Paxton fielding the kick.
Tigers taking on the Hawks. Guess how many teams in the state of Iowa have the nickname Hawks, John?
Oh, 49.
10 schools.
Way
There's
off.
28 schools with the word Hawk in their nickname.
Oh, so that's closer to 28.
Back to pass, looking right, now left, airing it deep, receiver there. Oh, but comes up short and incomplete.
It's pretty close to interference.
Campbell, the intended receiver for Cedar Falls, and Nick Friel with the coverage. They got what they wanted. Friel, the linebacker, and yeah, that is awfully close for contact a little bit early, but I can live with that.
Yep. Trey got a step on him there.
2nd down and 10. I think we'll see the Tigers try that play again as this game progresses. Can the Tigers respond? Now down again by 7 points. Hole up the middle, and look at Ostrich move close to the first down marker. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Ostrich across the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Brody Jones.
Ryan Ostrich, 5'9", 175-pound junior. He's had a really strong season. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Are you going to measure it maybe? Just make sure. Yep.
They are bringing out the chain gang to stretch it. So I mentioned there's 28 schools with the word Hawk in their nickname. But guess what the most popular nickname in the state is for
Tigers?
Warriors?
No. You have me stumped, Marcus. Failed miserably on all your trivia so far.
First down on the Tigers.
If we get to host a playoff game,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring some trivia questions for you.
Okay.
Usually, a good announcer would tip me off to what the answers are so I look
Yeah.
smart on the air, but you just throwing daggers at me here.
How about if I name the nickname, you name the school?
Well, there's a bunch of Hawk ones that I got a chance.
So that was enough on that run by Ryan Ostrich for a 1st down. Loescher working out of the gun. Little slant in, receivers there. Cross the 50. Ben Cernett getting outside. Now it's a foot race. Cernett at the 25 and finally brought down at the 21-yard line. The slant works big for Cedar Falls, and the Tigers just outside the red zone.
And the key on that is faking the bubble screen first. They fake the ball to the outside. Cernett slips in behind that defender, and Loescher hits him right in the numbers.
Tigers leading receiver on the year, Ben Cernett, coming away with that big reception. The Tigers have the ball placed at the 21-yard line. Tigers passing formation here. Trips left. Bottom of the field is Landon Wolf. And Cale Loescher wants a timeout.
The play clock was about gone. It was interesting play set up there because they split Remmert out, who's the tight end, on the edge with Cernett and Campbell out there. They're interested to see if that was kind of a screen pass out to Campbell. Would make sense there.
The Tigers calling their first timeout of the ball game. Trailing, there you see our score, 14-7.
And with the way the game's going, 5 yards is huge here. You need a touchdown this drive if possible. And backing yourself up 1st and 15 is not worth losing the timeout.
Shot of the Tigers huddle. Ken Koltoff talking with the offensive unit. You see Brad Remmert there in the black shirt and the red visor, the head coach for Cedar Falls.
That's kind of the difference with that 40-second clock. Remember this year we talked about the new clock with the play clock? Because Cernett gained so many yards, we had so far to go, but the clock sets at 40 once the play is over. So you got to remember that. You got to hurry up and get up there at times. I think we'll still take the big gains.
That is an
remember.
intense look right there. Brad Remmert in his 15th year. He's the head coach for Cedar Falls. Last week picked up his 140th victory. He's the head coach of the Tigers. Quick hitter up the middle. Ostrich is free. Give him 6. A 21-yard dash to the end zone.
As I was looking at that, I knew Ostrich just had to make the first guy miss because they blitzed the corner off the edge, and they used the safety to cover the blitzing corner. So the safety slides over the top. You can see him run out of the top of your screen there. All Ostrich got to do is make that first guy miss, and he's gone.
So the Tigers answer after the touchdown run by Cedar Rapids Prairie, the long drive. Albaugh's extra point is good, and we are tied 14 apiece.
This is the exact game we thought we were going to get here. Just make the first guy miss, and he's gone.
63-yard drive, big play on it. That huge reception by Ben Cernett, and Ostrich has his second rushing touchdown of the game. So these District 3 heavyweights exchanging some blows here.
Exactly,
John.
exactly the game we wanted, and both teams know what's on the line. You got a district title on the line, you got home playoff games on the line. You know, this is just a huge game. Be interesting to watch Amir have a race with Ostrich there down the sideline. Maybe we can set that up after the game or something, but man, when those guys get space, it's over.
Pick night for the Bleacher Creatures. They like what they see as Cedar Falls has tied the game, twice coming back from 7-point deficits. So Cedar Falls set to kick off. Bryce Albaugh, Colton Folsland, and Tariq Amir. Look out. Standing at the 5-yard line. Amir with a couple long touchdown runs in this game. Don't want the football in his hands. Albaugh says not a chance as that ball is kicked in the end zone. Oh, we might have offsides. A penalty flag is down.
Maybe they'll just go just kidding again on the penalty on that. But yeah, it's got to be on offense there.
Someone got excited, took off just a hair too soon.
Well, and here's the scary thing with this.
Watch at the top of the screen. Yep.
The scary thing with this, though, is Albaugh's kicks are usually about 5 yards into the end zone, so it's probably going to be a low line drive kick, but it's going to be returnable, which those are the tough ones. But be interested to see if he takes a different approach because he'll have a hard time kicking it into the end zone.
So will Forsland or Amir get an opportunity? Albaugh now goes 5 yards back. They'll spot it at the 35-yard line. That's the kickoff in the college game. Albaugh's kick is deep and again into the end zone.
Maybe he's auditioning here for a kicking spot.
So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. Head coach again is Mark Bliss in his 5th year, a record of 34-15. And he's had kind of a vagabond. He's had stops in Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, and won 4 state titles in Conway Springs and Kansas. Came up to Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, and his friend Jim Dostal, who is the defensive coordinator, told him about the position. Took the job, like the retirement plan for the teachers.
Okay.
And says he's gonna coach for 7 years and then go back to farming in Oklahoma.
There you go. As long as you got a plan.
Yeah, he brought the single wing offense and he's turned the program around at Cedar Rapids Prairie. 2nd down and 6 after that 1st down run. Now this is Pearson getting the ball. Pearson, he draws a lot of attention, and the Tigers, good pursuit. Caden Barnett, Cedar Falls leading tackler from his middle linebacker position, chases him down, gain of just a couple.
He did a good job of fighting off the lineman, went downfield to try to block him, but he got in front. Was able to take the right angle to get in front of him.
8 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the 1st half, tied at 14. Williams, is he going to throw? He is, and incomplete. Williams wish he had that one back as he had a receiver open, that big tight end, Gabe Burkle, 6'7" sophomore, but overthrows him.
That's a big play because now they have to punt this. You know, if you run it, they've been getting pretty good yardage almost every time with that. It's a risk-reward kind of play there.
Here's Sam Braxiak with that long punt that pinned the Tigers down at the 2 last time. It looked like Tigers might be able to block the punt. This time a better snap. And Albaugh's going to have a shot. Bryce Albaugh skips past a couple. Albaugh, can he turn the corner? Oh, he loses the football, but Albaugh appears to have recovered it. Woo!
Yeah, nervous time right there.
That took a very fortunate bounce for Bryce Albaugh. Watch this again.
I knew he was going to have a chance to return it, but there's 7 white jerseys and just him right there. Does a great job of getting to the edge.
And right at the end, the ball gets poked out of his hands, and Albaugh alertly able to get on top of it, despite the fact there's 5 white jerseys around him.
He was lucky they didn't wrap him up and hold him down, because if they wrap him up and hold him down, he won't be able to get to the football.
The Tigers are at the 34-yard line after dodging a bullet. Cedar Falls, chance to take the lead if they can get in the end zone. Ostrich off the left side, big running room. Ostrich down the sidelines. Ryan Ostrich, could he go all the way? Give him 6. A 66-yard run for Ryan Ostrich, and the Tigers take their first lead.
Well, the big play was set up by the lineman getting the hole and the line set up, but the play was right on the edge by Ostrich. The tackle he missed right there. The agility and speed, then turns the Jets on, plus Cernette hustles down to make a block, but he was already gone.
A quick one-play drive, and the Tiger junior running back Ryan Ostrich goes the distance. And the extra point puts Cedar Falls ahead by 7, 21-14.
You don't want to turn away from this game very long. You're gonna miss something big.
Like arena football.
Exactly,
here.
yeah, exactly. It's an 8-man. It's an 8-man game.
Scoreboard operator to my left is putting his hand in ice right
Exactly,
now. He's getting a workout there.
Yeah.
21-14. A happy Ryan Ostrich celebrating it with his teammates after that long run. So Ostrich came into the game with 11 touchdowns on the year.
Actually, as I watched that, one of the big blocks was the lineman got to the linebacker at the second level, which is such a big help for the running back, because then he was able to get to a defensive back before he gets touched.
Wonderful shots by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. They brought their A game for this district title showdown. 21-14, midway through this second quarter. So the Tigers, after falling behind 7-0 and 14-7, now lead 21-14.
Another big thing is we get the ball at half too. You know, and that's what I talked about. Even if you're going to come out and potentially score your first drive, I just really value getting that first drive of the second half where you can maybe set the tone for how the game's going to finish.
Albaugh's ready. And this will give the Hawks a chance right at the 1. Colton Forsland. Forsland across the 15, 20. Good dash and down that near the 30-yard line.
Like Trevor Fisher on the tackle there.
Fisher,
Yep.
senior, coming up with the tackle, kickoff crew.
Everyone's kind of keeping their lanes. Fisher's waiting for him to cut back and just basically catches him. It's right, runs right into him there, but and it looked like Jay Seeger in on the play as well.
It's on the ball at the 29-yard line. They fake the reverse, and this is Pearson, his longest run of the game, and Nick Pearson carrying tacklers with a first down. And takes the ball up to the 42-yard line.
And that's the play we talked about before. That's the play you got to stop. If you can stop that one, then you can adjust everything else. But if they get that play going up the middle, then all the fakes and everything else on the outside works better.
Nick Pearson, the scary part, he's just a junior. So at times they'll do the direct snap to him or to the quarterback Williams. It'll really put you on your toes. This is to Pearson. Pearson puts his head down and lowers his shoulder, getting it close to the 44-yard line.
And he's kind of the hammer, too. He just wears you down. Like we talk about winning the second halves where you run people down, but he just runs hard.
Last week against Waterloo West, Cedar Rapids Prairie rushed for over 500 yards. That just is staggering. put up that type
I tell you
of
what,
numbers.
if you get them in chunks of 60 or 70 yards
Yeah.
like we've seen a couple today, they add up pretty quick. I bet you Ostrich's got a few yards here in the first half.
2nd down and 7, and a flag comes out as the ball is snapped. Might have a procedure penalty against the Hawks. It is.
These are the kind of penalties that hurt Prairie a little more than hurt us, because with Loescher's passing ability, he can spread the ball around and make up those yards a little bit. But when you're a power running team, it's hard to make up plays for 2nd and 12 and 3rd and 10 and those kind of things.
Excellent point. 2nd and 12. 6:24 to go here in the first half. Hawks bunch in 3 receivers. Top of the field. Direct snap, though. This is Longwell, and Longwell. Good tackle by the Tigers.
Clemens.
Adam Longwell trying to go around the right end.
That's the impressive thing about Logan there, the pursuit. He got off the block and then stayed with the play and has the speed to get there. That's the thing we've said all year. We may not be huge at any one position, but they're fast. They're strong and fast at all those positions.
3rd and 10 coming up. So this is what the Tigers want to put the Hawks in this type of situation. Put the pressure on their quarterback, Hunter Williams. Amir in motion. They fake it to him. Back to pass. Throws it. Receivers open. That's a first down. And getting free. This is Jones, and Johnny Jones takes it all the way to the Tiger 29-yard line. He was open in the middle of the field, and after a missed tackle.
I definitely like the play design here. Fake that jet sweep to Amir. You got to respect that. Slide the tight end underneath. We had a guy there who just missed the tackle right at the sticks.
Johnny Jones, the 5'11", 170-pound senior, the leading receiver for the Hawks, coming in with 15 catches. It's a big first down catch on 3rd and long. So the ball at the 29-yard line of Cedar Falls. And now they'll give it to Longwell. Longwell again caught. And the Tigers come away with the block and with the tackle. Alex Paxson sheds the block. And great play by the Tigers, strong safety.
That's the thing. You got to read your keys. You got to stay home. You got to play your gaps. But again, that was a big play.
Well, that's a big loss. 2nd down and 15. Alex Paxson, a solid contributor to that Tiger defensive backfield the last 2 years.
And those passes where they've been gaining yards, they can only do that same pass so many times before they start to recognize it. So keep putting him in these positions makes a good situation for us.
Williams, play action over the middle, and badly overthrows the tight end, Burkle. Now we have 3rd and 15.
As I say, I wasn't even sure who that was going to, but because the tight end wasn't even looking for it.
Now you see Williams talking with
Talking to him right
Burkle.
now, he said, "Hey, I'm throwing you the ball, man."
Well, one thing for the Hawks, this is definitely 4-down territory here where the ball is located. 4:36 shows on the clock here in this first half. Cedar Falls ahead by 7. Hawks trying to answer after the long touchdown run by Ryan Ostrich of 66 yards, putting Cedar Falls ahead 21-14. And now timeout taken by Coach Bliss for Cedar Rapids Prairie. So Hawks just want to talk this one over, facing a 3rd and 15 in this Class 4A District 3 title game. There's the Des Moines Register Class 4A football poll, and see Cedar Falls coming in at number 2.
It's interesting how many teams we've played on there, you know, with Bettendorf and Ankeny and Prairie, and play a good schedule.
Tigers with a very high RPI, she said, number 2 in 4A. There's the Des Moines Register Super 10. This includes all classes. Western Dubuque, the only 3A team in that top 10.
I remember a couple of times they had some of those Regina teams that were just loaded on that Super 10. And
that was a 2A team.
Yeah, and then they would schedule City West to compete with them at the beginning of the year, and City West was in the 4A playoffs all the time. And
they had a 4-year run of championships.
Dowling just laughs at that.
Yeah, Dowling going for their 7th in a row. Tell you what.
Yeah, it's basically like Dowling needs to be ranked number 1 until they get beat in the playoffs.
I find no argument there.
Yeah.
So here it is after the timeout, 3rd and 15 coming up for the Hawks. Rolling out to his left, Hunter Williams, play fake. Now he's going to run with the football and avoids a big hit, spins his way for extra yardage. Looks like Riley Barnett was going to have him and came up too high on him and able to spin and gain some extra yardage was Williams.
The quarterback's lucky he didn't connect there either because he was coming fast. Right here, he kind of aims a little high, just misses. Like I'm saying, that the quarterback's lucky he didn't connect there.
So they pick up about 8 yards. 4th down and 7. Now do they bring a field goal unit in?
They got to just go for it.
Longest kick for Carter Griffin this year, some 37 yards out. No, they are going to go for it.
This is big for the Tigers, too. They can get the ball 25, 30-yard line.
Trips right, receiver, bottom of the field. Williams looking to throw all the way across the field. Way overthrows the receiver and broken up by Nathan G. And the Tigers will take over.
Nate does a good job of being sound in his fundamentals there, being in the right spot at the right time.
Not sure where Williams was throwing it to. He was coming in late into the picture there. You see Johnny Jones. That was the intended receiver, but overthrown.
It's kind of a wheel route. They're trying to get you to bite on something to the outside or something in the middle and throw it up top. Plus, if you throw a pick there, that's not the worst thing in the world. If you throw a pick on the 10, it's better than a punt sometimes.
The OG with the breakup, and here come the Tigers now. 1st and 10. Tigers gashing Prairie last time they had the football in that long run by Ostrich. It looks like Bo Gross is in there right now, and now flag comes out before the ball's even snapped. They're calling it an illegal procedure. Oh, correction, that is Ostrich in there.
I would like to know who that was. I didn't see any movement there.
Yeah, I was looking. I thought there might be something that we did not see.
I didn't see it
maybe on
there
the top
either.
of the field that I wasn't looking at, but
I didn't see any linemen move there at all.
so now it's a 1st and 15. Tigers have to get up to the 36-yard line for a 1st down. 3:42 to go here in the first half. Cedar Falls, 2 timeouts remaining. They'll give it to Ostrich. Ostrich trying to turn the corner. Can he do so? He does. Ostrich spinning his way. He tight ropes his way down the sidelines with a strong run on 1st down as Ostrich is having quite a 1st half.
He's just that classic cliche where nobody ever gets a clean shot on him. He's there and then he's gone. You think you have him and then he's gone. Same thing on the edge. You think you got him and then he's gone. Jumps back to the middle. It's just you never get a clean shot on him.
2nd down and 6.
It's a big run though to get it back into 2nd and manageable here, because now every pass play is open here and also the runs.
Loescher, 2-year starter at quarterback, gets the high snap. Look out, he's going to go down. No, he breaks through. He's still on his feet, but then finishing up the play and coming up with the tackle are the Hawks. As it looked like Jake DeGroot comes up with the sack.
That's a looping blitz by the linebacker. He was in the middle, looped around the outside. Nobody was there to block him.
Nick Friel, number 15, put that initial pressure on Loescher. Nearly came down with the sack, but Loescher so tall at 6'5", he just couldn't get the angle on him to bring him down. But finishing off the play was Jake DeGroot. Now it's a 3rd down and 13 coming up for Cedar Falls after the 2nd sack of the game for the Hawks. Tigers in a passing situation. They'll dump it out. They caught out in the flat by Ostrich. He gets a block, and Ryan Ostrich takes off. Ostrich, can he go all the way? He will. No flags down. Give him 6.
What a play call there by the coaching staff of the Tigers. They're going to bring pressure. I was expecting pressure. Everyone was expecting pressure. Run a nice screen pass. Great block on the edge there. I think it was Drew Hoth out there in the flat. Yep, Drew Hoth out there in the flat. Kind of gets rid of that defensive back. And Ostrich, you give him a lane, that guy is gone.
77 yards.
Amir is jealous of the yards he's gotten so far. It's like,
what a first half.
You watch this first half, you think Prairie's played pretty well. And they're going to, potentially be down 14 or more. At least right now, they're down 14.
Extra point, perfect by Alba. And Ostrich, 4 touchdowns here in this first half.
He's going to need some water at halftime, maybe some oxygen or something, man.
And Cedar Falls now doubles up the score, 28-14. They put the heat on him, and Loescher was just able to float that ball out. And you thought if he can make the catch, something good was going to happen.
Yeah, and you could see right there, and I was just going to bring that up, the quarterback's ability to draw the defense in is key. Loescher holds on to it until he knows the guys are coming. He takes the pressure. He knows he's probably going to get hit, and then drops it off.
Wow, Loescher throws for his 15th touchdown pass of the year. But
those are the touchdown passes you love. I threw it 7 yards, and it goes 67 for a touchdown, or 70, whatever it was. 77.
He had to wait just a moment to make the catch, and then
you could see it developing out in front of him.
He got that block, and then he took off, and the Tigers now lead 28-14. Cedar Falls ready to kick off with Bryce Alba.
And Prairie's offense is not designed to come from behind.
The kick will go into the end zone by about 3 yards, and another touchback. So the Hawks first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Let's look at all the touchdowns for Ryan Ostrich so far in this first half.
He's hogging them all.
A modest 1-yard run, and then a 21-yard dash up the middle. That tied the game at 14. This put Cedar Falls ahead. This covered 66 yards on this exciting run down the sidelines.
That first touchdown run hurt his yards per carry there.
Back to live action. Out of the shotgun, Williams.
Counter
play. This is Amir, and Amir tripped up just as he was getting a head of steam and down around the 25-yard line.
And that's easily been their biggest play. The 2 touchdowns that Amir got with both on counter. They run to the weak side. They overload. They basically pull 3 people.
Well, Cedar Falls can keep Prairie off the scoreboard on this drive. That would be huge going into halftime. Because as you mentioned, John, the Tigers will receive the ball to begin the third quarter.
You think they took the ball first and scored. We've outscored them 28-7 since then, and we get the ball at half.
Williams rolling out to his left, looking downfield, being chased, and throws it towards the sidelines. Pass is caught, and a big hit. As making the grab was Colton Forsland. He took a shot.
As I say, it's pretty impressive to hang on to the ball. Tigers are ready. They had guys right there. But I don't. He never got a foot in bounds, but unless they're saying he had a foot down when he caught it, but look like he was airborne.
Alex Paxson delivering the hard hit right in front of the Prairie Hawks bench.
I'm not sure I'm getting up from that hit, Mark.
Oof. I would not be.
Yeah.
Long deep pass, but good coverage by Nathan G on the intended target. Adam Longwell, incomplete.
And Prairie's taking some shots here because they kind of have to, but this is not what they want to do. This is not what they're used to. You see that pass there. That's 10, 15 yards past the receiver, and all the Tigers are in great spots.
Second down and 10. It stops the clock. 1 minute, 44 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So Hawks look at their play. In motion is Johnny Jones. They'll throw it out to Longwell. Makes the catch, heads up the field quickly.
Pass complete.
It's going to be short of the first down by about 3 yards.
I'd expect a power kind of run here, but.
Yep. Pitch and catch. Gobbles up a quick 7 yards, but third down and 3. This is huge for the Hawks.
This is interesting, their mentality. Do they want to try to run the clock out here or try to go down and score a little bit?
We're going to direct snap. This is Amir. Amir with that great speed. This time he can't turn the corner. I thought he was stopped short of the first down.
He's about, looks like he's about a couple of inches short. Not a lot, but a little bit. See, now it's 4th down and he ran out of bounds. So we save our timeouts.
Ball spot at the 41. Yeah, he's going to be a good foot short of that first down.
They might go for it, but I think you have to punt it.
But they are bringing in Sam Breaksiak. I would be very careful.
I mean, if you go for it here and don't, if you go for it here,
Watching the Cedar Falls sidelines, they're telling Alba to go up to the line of
I was
scrimmage.
gonna say I wouldn't even send the guy back. There's no point. If they punt it, great, you win. I mean, it's. I think you have to punt it here.
Chad Remmert was running down the sidelines like Ryan Ostrich, trying to get Bryce Alba's attention to go to the line of scrimmage. So a timeout taken. Minute and 9 seconds to go. That timeout taken by Cedar Rapids Prairie. 4th down and about less than a yard. We'll look at the Cedar Falls coaching staff. Veteran crew. Brad Remmert, of course, the head coach, but it's a long-time staff.
We're doing another great job tonight.
Those guys put in so many hours watching tape and breaking down the game, and man, those guys are committed to what they do to this Cedar Falls high school football program. 4th down, less than a yard. The Hawks, no punting team out there. They're going to run it. Hunter Williams. And now a flag flies. I think, oh, the Tigers went off sides. I think Logan Clement.
I think it was Bonenkamp.
Oh,
It's just when they shifted, he has to shift to the other side. So when he stood up to shift to the other side, he had stepped in the
neutral territory.
neutral zone. Yeah, when they move, he steps. He just steps forward and goes around.
Yep. And so,
and that's the other tough thing when you when you're trying to get off the ball to stop a half-yard play.
Oh, the referee's still talking about this one. I don't know. Did he break?
Well,
see that one more time?
Yeah, he did. He went across because when they went in motion, they thought he was going. He took a step forward.
So now the referee's deciding this one, and they are going to award the 5-yard penalty for being offsides for Cedar Falls.
So still one of my favorite commercials is the one where the referees are talking about. You do the hand motion thing, like, "Hey, your mic's on." But that's kind of one of those moments.
So 4th down conversion for the Hawks via the penalty. 1st and 10. Still a lot of time remaining in the first half. Minute 9 seconds. Williams gets protection. Dumps it over the middle. Receiver makes the catch, but tackled. Nice open field play by Alex Paxton, who's having a strong first half.
And them having to use 2 timeouts already is big here because they only have 1 left. The clock is rolling.
Brody Jones with the reception for Cedar Rapids Prairie. 48 seconds and ticking. Back to pass. Williams looking. Now chased out of the pocket. He takes off. He has running room up the middle before he slides down about the 36-yard line.
A good mobility there by Williams. He doesn't have what he wants downfield. Steps forward. Gets what he can, goes down.
Alert play by Hunter Williams, the senior quarterback. Maybe more dangerous with his feet than his arm, but puts the Hawks right at the 31-yard line. Throws to the sidelines, incomplete. A low throw that bounced to the intended receiver, Forsland, the junior wide receiver. Brings up a 2nd down and 10, and now just 29 seconds to go. They have that 1 timeout remaining, so they can throw it over the middle.
That's kind of what I think I would try to do, is try to get that 1st down over the middle, use your timeout, and then take a couple shots. It's easier than said than done when you got Bonenkamp and Clements and Weimer and those guys chasing you down while you're trying to throw.
The kicker, Carter Griffin's 2 for 3 in field goals this year, his longest being 37 yards out. Pass across the field, not even close as it goes incomplete, as again it's Jones, this is Brody Jones, the intended receiver. Johnny Jones and Brody Jones are cousins for Cedar Rapids Prairie. So now it's 3rd down and 10. That only took up 5 seconds off the clock. 25 ticks remain. Cedar Falls up 28-14. All 4 touchdowns for Cedar Falls scored by junior Ryan Ostrich. They're going to set up the screen, and this is Amir. And Amir battling and spun out of bounds by Caden Barnett for the Tigers at the 30-yard line. 17 seconds to go. Now it's 4th down, though.
That's interesting because now you got, and they're going to go for it, I'm sure. They're not worried about Cedar Falls moving the ball at all, but One more stop here for the defense, get us into halftime.
Pearson comes onto the field for the Hawks, leading rusher in Class 4A. And now the Hawks will use their final timeout. 17 seconds remaining.
That's interesting because if they get a first down in play, it'd be nice to save that timeout for that, but now they might set the clock, the ball, or call 2 plays, or
other games tonight in Class 4A District 3. See Dubuque Senior playing at Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and Waterloo West trying to close the season with a victory as they play at Dubuque Hempstead.
there's going to be a couple districts to get 3 teams in. And I'm not sure this will be one of them, but I think Senior kind of has an outside shot because they only have 2 losses in the district to us and Prairie, but there'll be some. They get 3.
Earlier in the year, Senior played Prairie to a 3-point game,
Yep.
a high-scoring 43-40 shootout. It's Coach Bliss with the orange visor there in the middle there. John Yoakum, he has the bling-bling.
Trying to keep up with him.
Championship ring on his finger. Now, he won 4 state titles at Conway Springs in Kansas. So a good coach, and he's done a tremendous job here at Cedar Rapids Prairie. 4th down, 5 coming up for the Hawks. Time, though, the factor. 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Can the Tigers come up with a defensive stop? Direct snap, and this is Amir trying to turn the corner, and the Tigers will take him down. I don't think he got it.
I think he did. I think it's real close. I think he got it.
Put his head down, and depends on the spot by the official. 9 seconds shows on the clock. Prairie thinks they got it. And now they're going to have to bring the chains out to measure.
Which is actually good for Prairie because if they get it, they can already have their play called and go from there.
It's almost like a timeout right now being called.
Exactly.
As a long run for the chain gang as they have to go all the way across from the Cedar Falls sidelines to measure this one. So they'll stretch it out and see whether or not Tariq Amir picked it up on that 4th and 5 run.
They got it.
They did?
Yep, pretty easy.
By more than the length of the football. So
right.
1st and 10, but only 9 seconds remain. So now do you just throw it to the end zone?
I would. You might be able to throw it twice if you get just a straight. And they got a pretty big receiver down here right by us, Jones. Jones is about 6 foot.
Under center is Williams, the quarterback. He'll
Double
throw
pass.
it out and caught. They're going to double pass. Receivers open. Caught. Touchdown. Oh, it works. As Johnny Jones hauls it in from Colton Forsland. What a huge play for the Hawks with no time left on the clock. Great play call by Coach Bliss for Prairie. And now the extra point to make this a 7-point game.
It's too bad. And as soon as they saw that pass go backwards, the guys at the back end of the defense go, oh no, they realized it right away.
So what a clutch drive for Cedar Rapids Prairie. They convert a couple times on 4th down, and they're able to score on the double pass. Try for the extra point on the way. Tigers get some pressure, but a kick is up and good. So the Hawks carry a little momentum going into halftime, but it's the Tigers with the lead at intermission. 28-21, a fun one for this Class 4A District 3 title. And we'll be back with the second half coming up in just a bit. Just a reminder, our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. That means stocking a wide selection of the area's top-selling pre-owned vehicles that fit any budget. From low-mileage cars to one-owner cars to local trades, we carry the vehicles you want. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Tonight, we would like to recognize the seniors from the Tiger Marching Band and their parents. This group of seniors has displayed outstanding leadership in their years at Cedar Falls High School. We would like to honor them at this time. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Xavier Adams, accompanied by Wendy Lee. Noor Asal, accompanied by Nyla Asal. Blake Ahrens, accompanied by Gina and Mark Ahrens. Noah Ahrens, accompanied by Gina and Mark Ahrens. Roxana Ariola, accompanied by Francisca and Francisco Ariola. Mihaela Accenti, accompanied by Amy and Costi Accenti. Elizabeth Bainbridge, accompanied by Jennifer and Lee Bainbridge. Abigail Belong, accompanied by Megan and John Belong. Jax Berry, accompanied by Jenny and James Berry. David Butler, accompanied by Teresa and Adam Butler. Ben Campbell, accompanied by Meg and Rich Campbell. Shelby Condon, accompanied by Christy and Paul Condon. Sydney Corson, accompanied by Marcia and Darren Corson. Brandon Crawford, accompanied by Ann and Mike Crawford. Emma Cryer, accompanied by Laura Stoll Cryer and James Cryer. Angela Devaney, accompanied by Bev and Dan Devaney. Emma DeWitt, accompanied by Gabby and Jason DeWitt. Mia Dexter, accompanied by Liz Lahazy and Bob Dexter. Gretchen Dixon, accompanied by Deborah Simonson and Robert Dixon. Ian Flint, accompanied by Nicole and John Flint. Abigail French, accompanied by Esther Ulrich and Carlin and Kim French. Alina Guman, accompanied by Medina Essen and Essen Mansour. Ollie Hayes, accompanied by Jennifer and Brian Hayes. Grace Hertz, accompanied by Heidi and Chad Hertz. Mia Houlihan, accompanied by Beth and Rob Houlihan. Tanner Keogh, accompanied by Michelle and Curtis Keogh. Haley King, accompanied by Jennifer and David King. Alexis Blue, accompanied by Aaron and Randy Blue. Ethan Colbert, accompanied by Karen and Scott Colbert. Michael Kramer, accompanied by Diane and Tom Kramer. Luca Kress, accompanied by Cynthia Kress and Eric Isika. Natalie Lang, accompanied by Amy and Scott Lang. Elise Markham, accompanied by Sheila Markham. Riley Martin, accompanied by Christy and Greg Martin. Hannah Moss, accompanied by Jody and Mihal Guzik and Debbie Bisping and Mike Moss. Ben Minders, accompanied by Jennifer and Eric Minders. Carson Mueller, accompanied by Vicky and Tom Mueller. Sophia Munoz, accompanied by Jenny and Chuck Hoop. Caitlin Negus, accompanied by Jennifer and Randall Negus. Aaron Ochoa, accompanied by Mary and Vic Ochoa. Lydia Ochoa, accompanied by Martha and Enrique Ochoa. Jacob Oltoff, accompanied by Betty and Ed Oltoff. Renee Glassman, accompanied by April and Barry Glassman. Andrew Schaffner, accompanied by Heather and Matthew Schaffner. Lillian Schmidt, accompanied by Ann Hennessy and Carl Schmidt. Easton Skirl, accompanied by Carrie and Rob Skirl. Lucas Shaw, accompanied by Christy and David Shaw. Emmy Sherman, accompanied by Kim and Jesse Sherman. Lila Score, accompanied by Nikki and Nate Score. Megan Smith, accompanied by Jill and Chad Smith and Margie Smith. Jesse Steesher, accompanied by Mary and Jim Steesher. Monica Strong, accompanied by Rachel and Andy Strong. Dennis Taskell, accompanied by Nina and Goldan Taskell. Christian Vetter, accompanied by Kim and Jason Vetter. Trey Volkun, accompanied by Christine and Rick Volkun. Sandy Zimmerman, accompanied by Susie and Bill Zimmerman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for this outstanding group of seniors and their parents. Next Saturday, November 2nd, is the annual Band Booster Pancake Day in the high school cafeteria from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Tickets are available at the door or from any CF band student in grades 6 through 12. Come enjoy some pancakes on the band. Now, to continue your halftime entertainment, the Tiger Marching Band will perform their fall show, Outside the Box, Classics Reimagined. Congratulations to the Tiger Marching Band for earning a Division I at their performance at the annual State Marching Band Contest 2 weeks ago. The Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Kyle Engelhardt and Gerald Ramsey. The color guard instructor is Terry Packard, and the drumline instructor is Alex Prince. Featured soloists tonight are Amber Pryor on trumpet, Henry Frederick on trombone, and Eli Smith on guitar. Drum majors, Shelby Condon and Callista Mold, is your band ready? Band, the field is yours for performance. Trooping off the field tonight is Special Cedar Block, or the band members from the class of 2020. Let's give them one more round of applause. Good luck to the 67 Cedar Falls musicians from Band and Choir Orchestra who will audition tomorrow for the 2019 All-State Music Festival.
Our score at halftime as Cedar Falls on top of Cedar Rapids Prairie, 28-21 in this battle for District 3. And safe to say that the fans who have paid to watch this one have got their money's worth already. A lot of excitement and action after 2 quarters of play. And we still have, well, 2 more quarters of action. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Good one so far, Coach.
Yeah, great back and forth battle. You know, Prairie jumps out 7-0, then Cedar Falls outscores them 21-7. Kind of a little run there. You're thinking you might go into half up 14, and then Prairie responds with a great drive. You know, converting a 4th down off a penalty, scoring on a double pass at the end. Be interested to see what momentum they come out with here in the second half.
So Prairie getting that touchdown, no time left on the clock, and that 26-yard double pass from Colton Forsland to Johnny Jones. And they pull within 7, 28-21. Tigers with a 7-point lead. Ready to kick off. for the Hawks. This will be Walter. A little short pooch kick, and the Tigers will take it at the 24-yard line. Paxson with the return just across the 30, and here comes the Cedar Falls offense. Tigers in that first half, 269 yards of total offense. And the Tigers, Ryan Ostrich, scored all 4 touchdowns for the Tigers. He had 205 yards in total offense, 128 yards rushing, and 77 yards receiving.
And only 18 plays. You know, Prairie outgained us. They had 328 yards, but they took 41 plays to do it. We did ours in 18 plays.
Tigers only have the ball for 7 minutes and 45 seconds in that first half compared to the Hawks 16 minutes and 15 seconds. Loescher working out of the gun to begin the second half. The Tigers will keep it on the ground, and this is Bo Gross. Oh, he loses the ball, and the first turnover of the ball game, and Cedar Rapids Prairie recovers. Wow, so the Tigers turn it over on the opening play of this second half, and the Hawks will have the ball at the Tiger 33-yard line.
Looked like we were trying to switch hands there, and then that number 42 punched it out there for Prairie.
That's Moses Each, and looks like the recovery, Ashton Stoner DeGroot. So the Tigers defense back out on the field quickly after the fumble. Here comes Cedar Rapids Prairie. Chance to tie the ball game. Direct the snap. Oh, and they lose the ball. And the Tigers get it right back. Logan Clements comes up with the loose football.
Bonenkamp jarred it out. Busted right in there, punched it out.
Bonenkamp strips the ball out of the hands of Nick Pearson. Clement pounces on it, and the two teams exchange turnovers.
You know, they talked about, looked like he got shot out of a gun. Bonenkamp just boom, right on the play. Well, that was a big, big flip right back there for the Tigers.
Bonenkamp, that is his 14th tackle for a loss this year. There's Clements. He's having an all-state type season for the Tigers from his defensive end position. Tigers go deep, receiver open, caught in stride, and it's Trey Campbell going the distance. Give him 6.
I love that play call because he had a quick turnover, play action, take your shot down the middle. Nobody's going to catch Trey Campbell down the seam. Once he got a step, Loescher just let him a little bit. Nobody's going to catch him.
63 yards, Loescher to Campbell.
You can see Hutchins, before Campbell even catches it, is putting his hands up. That's a touchdown.
Wow, bang, bang, bang plays here in this third quarter. Extra point, up and good.
Like I said, you can't turn away. It's been, what, 24 seconds into the quarter? 2 turnovers and a bomb.
Loescher, his second touchdown pass of the night, perfectly thrown. And Trey Campbell goes the distance. Watch that.
It's a perfect throw, my goodness.
So Trey Campbell earlier in the season, well, he's caught 4. That's his 5th touchdown reception of the year. And that is his biggest. And the Tigers sideline. Boy, what a change in emotions. You know, you lose the football, but then the huge play by Bonenkamp to strip the ball and the fumble recovery, and then the touchdown.
I'm already wore out, Mark. We got a lot of time left. Well, that's a good start there. Put the pressure back on Prairie. 2-score game. Again, it makes it harder to run the ball. If you keep them on shorter gains, they got to use the clock. It just shortens the game for them.
Another quick strike by Cedar Falls. They've done that quite a bit in this ball game.
It's not going to help our time of possession, but we'll take the points.
And Bryce Albaugh with that bionic leg lets it fly. Out of the end zone. First and 10 at the 20 for the Hawks. They got a big first half from Tariq Amir. 8 carries, 166 yards. Help that he scored on touchdown runs of, they're officially saying 66 and 75 yards. Well, Hunter Williams is the quarterback. Nick Pearson Leads Class 4A in rushing. He's had struggles so far tonight in the backfield. He gets the direct snap. Just battering ram up the middle. He fights his way for hard fought 5-6 yards.
And again, this is what I talked about, where their offense is not built to do, come from behind. That's fine, you gain 5 yards, but you're going to lose 40 seconds, and every time you do that, it shortens the game.
Hawks averaging 457 yards per game. They picked up 328 in the first half.
And that's what I said, they played well, but they're still behind.
Williams, correction, it's Pearson up the middle. Oh, and he came an eyelash away from going the distance.
Cernette saved that one.
Ben Cernette with that ankle tackle. Pearson, back-to-back runs. It's a first down, the ball at the 40.
That's again where the direct snap went to the fullback as opposed to the quarterback. So they fake that jet sweep. It's to the fullback. They don't usually give it to the sweep. They usually keep it up the middle.
Single wing offense, a rarity in this day and age. And Pearson again. And Pearson this time will go to the house. Pearson all the way for the score. Anything you can do, I can do better right now.
This feels like a video game right now.
A 60-yard run for Pearson.
It's just tough running. They just get a hat on a hat, find a seam, and there he goes.
So both teams making adjustments at halftime, and Pearson, the Tigers held in check through the first 2 quarters, erupts here in the third.
But a minute 26, 2 turnovers, and 2 scores in the second half.
Ridiculous.
You're going to run out of lead on that pencil mark, your stats you're doing there.
A 60-yard run. Griffin's extra point is good.
Oh, that's the response the Prairie needed. I hope the offense enjoyed their 1-minute break, and they will be back out on the field.
Well, this feels like you're watching an 8-man football game with all the scoring here. These are 2 very strong teams in Class 4A. Winner wins the District 3 title and is home for the first round of the playoffs next week. So it's 35-28. It's just getting settled in to begin the second half. And already, as John mentioned, a couple of turnovers, 2 long touchdowns for either team. And now the Hawks ready to kick off.
Amazing, we keep up this pace.
So that was all Nick Pearson on that drive. He only had 35 yards at halftime, but now it's 115 just like that.
I think the defensive coaches are going to have plenty to look over the next couple days for both teams. But that just shows you how strong both offenses are too, and it's different styles. Prairie runs the ball all the time, but Cedar Falls is more balanced. You have the long runs by Ostrich, but then you see Loescher throw the big pass over the top to Campbell. It's just different styles, but both effective.
A.J. Walter will kick off. Carter Griffin does the point afters and the field goals. Here's the little squib kick. Takes a high bounce and pouncing on that, Ben Cernette.
Those just make me nervous. I mean, you feel like they might get one of those, but yeah, great hands by Cernette. Kind of went through the legs of the first guy, and then Cernette was right behind.
It just went through the legs of the Tiger, Ethan Hall, right in the front line.
But Tigers must have known some of that stuff was coming because you got, Cernette up there in the front, expecting some of that with the hands team.
Well, the ball's at the 44-yard line. Now the Tigers trying to counter punch. Loescher hands the ball off, and Ostrich met immediately, nowhere to go. And he is brought down. No gain on the play.
Look, they kind of did press coverage on the outside with the receivers and then just stacked everybody else in the box. Kind of expecting a run there.
Clayton Scott, 5'10", 180-pound junior with the tackle for the Hawks. The Hawks, kind of a unique defense as well because they fake the blitzes, they come at you at different angles. And they're a hard team to scheme for an offensive line. Loescher running the option. Still with the football. The pitch in open territory. And Ostrich picks up the first down. Bounces off a couple tackles as he keeps the legs moving. And finally brought down in Hawks territory around the 40-yard line.
You got like a quarterback that's going to take a hit for your team. He knows he's going to get hit here, but he knows he's got to bring him in to pitch it. Seemed like a late hit there, too. They spun him around and threw him down. I'm not sure they're supposed to be able to do that.
The Tigers, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Tigers have had success with the option tonight. Ostrich stays in at running back. Faked it to him. A pass intended for Campbell, kind of a screen setup, little bubble pass, and deflected at the line.
It's too bad. It was a good read by Loescher because it was open. They blitzed off the edge. That might have been a run pass option there in RPO. Campbell was the right guy to throw it to there. We just got tipped.
It's only the 2nd incompletion thrown by Loescher in this ball game. 9:26 shows on the clock. Tigers with a 7-point lead in this back and forth ball game. Tigers delayed draw and success for Ostrich for a moment. A good open field tackle made by the Hawks. Coming up with that play was Jake DeGroot. He's the leading tackler for the Hawks this season. Just when it looked like Ostrich was starting to get some momentum, he's brought down. A gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Seems weird. We haven't scored in like a minute and a half.
Tigers coming in unbeaten, 8-0. The Hawks 6-2. Both teams, though, 4-0 in this Class 4A District 3. So the winner wins the district title. And the ball.
Procedure.
Oh, yep. As a flag is thrown, and it's going to be against Cedar Falls. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Kind of the interior of the line looked like jumped a little early. The guards maybe guard off a little early.
That's the 5th penalty for 25 yards against Cedar Falls.
You always want your linemen firing off the ball, but sometimes you get some of those because you're being aggressive off the ball.
So the ball spotted at the Prairie Hawks 41-yard line. Tigers, 2 receivers to either side. Ostrich is the lone back. They'll throw a slant. Caught. It's Ben Cernett, and another 1st down for Cedar Falls.
They've run that a couple times. Fake the bubble to Campbell. You have to respect that. Cernett slips in behind. Loescher hits him right in stride. It's kind of an X pass. You cross the paths.
And offensively, the Tigers just seem like they can do whatever they please right now.
Yep. I'd prefer they take a little time off the clock. Shorten this game down a little bit.
Cernett with the reception. He now has 3 in the ball game for 78 yards. Loescher running the option again. Top of the field. Ostrich. Oh, the ball poked loose from behind, but it goes out of bounds. Tigers will hold on to the football. In fact, they might gain an extra yard out of that. Watch at the end of the play here as the ball gets knocked loose from behind on Ryan Ostrich. Oh, he just lost it himself, it looked like.
I don't think you can advance the ball with a fumble, but yeah, he got decent yardage there before the ball came loose.
Well, ball's now at the 22-yard line. 7:54 to go in the 3rd. Both teams have scored a quick touchdown here in this 3rd quarter. Tigers on a 63-yard pass. Loescher to Campbell. Pearson with a 60-yard touchdown run for Prairie. Now the Tigers use their first time out of the 2nd half. So play clock was winding down. Well, the Tigers and the Hawks have had some memorable games over the years. Some of the games you think about when these two teams met. 97, an unranked Cedar Falls team beat the Hawks in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs 28-6. 1999, Cedar Falls beat Prairie 40-7. 2nd half was not played due to heavy rain. It's the only game in Cedar Falls history that people can recall that happening. That's the game that the Tigers set the record with 5 touchdown passes thrown in the air by
half.
Yeah,
Crazy.
2012, a memorable game. Prairie led Cedar Falls 30-7. Start the fourth quarter. Tigers roared back and won 41-30.
That's crazy.
And of course, we mentioned in 2017 when these two teams met, the Tigers won 28-7. That was a game held at Walston Hoover Stadium at the campus of Wartburg College. So there have been some interesting ball games between these two teams over the years. After the timeout, Tigers facing a 2nd down and 5. Loescher will throw, has time over the middle, wide open, Remmert, the tight end, and Remmert.
He's in.
Touchdown! Give up 6. A moment's delay by the official to indicate whether or not Jacob had scored. And now the Tigers open up a 2-touchdown lead again.
Yeah, that's one where you have all the guys on the outside kind of drawing the attention. Remmert just slips right down the seam, makes the catch, gets in the end zone.
Points coming.
And
quickly in this
Remmert's a
game.
long snapper too, so he had to get rid of the gloves quick so he could snap it.
Good point. As the extra point by Albaugh.
No time to celebrate for Remmert. He's got to get ready to snap the extra point.
The Tigers march down the field. Look at Remmert wide open as he picks up his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. Cedar Falls now leads 42-28. Loescher has now thrown 3 touchdown passes in this game. Ryan Ostrich has scored 4. And we're early in this third quarter. Mercy.
It's just like a video game here.
Unofficially, we have that at 26 yards, that touchdown pass. But did you expect this type of
I
points
expected it to
put
be a
up?
good game. I didn't know if I expected this kind of score.
So Tigers had good field position. Remember, they got that onside. I don't know if it's really attempted onside kick, but that squib kick.
Yep.
And they march down the field, and they go 58 yards. Albaugh boots that through, and now the pressure on the Tiger defense.
It's the best I've seen him kick all year, too. He's kicking them out of the end zone, not just into the end zone.
Tiger offense, looking at the video. It's just amazing what they can do now. How quickly they can come down and watch everything. Technology has really been able to help the game of football. 1st and 10 now. Here come the Hawks. Scored quickly last time they had the football in the running of Nick Pearson. He got on track after a slow start. Direct snap to Pearson. And the Tigers chase him down and bring him down in the backfield.
Bonenkamp again. Tell you what, you don't block him, you're going to have problems.
Colin Bonenkamp, defensive tackle, who is 2nd on the team in tackles. That's just unheard of.
And what he's doing is he's reading that the pulling guard or tackle. When he sees that, he just gets right in his hip because it runs him right to the ball, which is really smart.
Loss of 11. Bonenkamp came into the game with 13 tackles for a loss. He's picked up a couple more in this ball game. He's 8 sacks on the year. He's just having a tremendous year. Williams, I'll give the reverse, inside draw, and brought down is Amir.
The key there on this play is that the Tigers are stuffing the pulling blockers, the pulling linemen. They're stuffing them before you can create the seam to run through. You'll watch right here. Mickey takes this block on. Dunlop's right in there as well.
So that counter play goes nowhere. 3rd down and 12. Ryan Dunlop. This is the type of situation the Tigers want to put the Hawks in. It's 3rd down and long situations. Williams looking to the right. Now he throws it over the middle, and ball incomplete.
Good coverage by Cedar there.
Forsland, so he's looking for, overthrows him. And Jay Seeger in there with the coverage.
Cedar was right there.
I thought for a moment Seeger might have a chance for an interception.
Yep.
And now quick 3 and out and into punt.
What is this? Was that punt?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's Sam Breaksiak. Breaksiak had a strong punt in the first half of 59 yards. It's a high kick, fair catch made by Albaugh. The Tigers, good field position. Right at the 47-yard line.
Another great field position drive here for the Tigers.
So that high-powered Tiger offense, they're clucking the night.
We could let Losher go for the record tonight, maybe. Passing record, touchdowns.
That's a good point, as he's thrown 3 touchdowns.
The other game earlier this year, he could have done it. He almost tied it in the first half, but they didn't play in the second half. Here's a throw right away.
He throws it over the middle.
Campbell's got it.
Campbell reaching out, makes the grab. It was Matt Denny in 1999, that game that they played a half. Tossed 5 touchdown passes. Losher's thrown 4 on a couple of occasions. He has 3 so far.
A gain of 7.
Got both Ostrich and Gross in the game at the same time here.
2nd down and 3. Pitch to the left. Turning the corner. This is Ostrich, and not enough for the first down.
Ryan Ostrich out of bounds at the 38-yard
Picks up a couple.
I think he got it.
Tackle made by Mahoney.
Oh. He was able to turn that corner just enough. Yes, that is a first down. So the ball spotted at the Hawks 42, but a Tiger is down. And somebody in pain lying on their back near the midfield line.
Might be Hoth. I think it's 71. Hoth.
Come out to take a look at the injured Cedar Falls player. 5:29 remaining here in this first half. See if we can catch what happened here.
72.
That would be the Tigers' Xavier Falcone. So,
Kind of just came. He's limping on the edge here. You can
and
see him right there.
just on the top of your corner, you saw him just kind of pulling up a little bit. And Falcone laying on his back. So take his helmet. This appears to be serious here, or nice sitting up. Well, let's hope he's all right here. We got some busy month here for Cedar Falls Community Television. Let's take a look at some upcoming events. So we have Class 4A playoff action coming up here. And then it's Class 4A football playoffs, and then the 5A regional finals. Cedar Falls Tigers #1 in the state in volleyball as Falcone is being helped to the sidelines. And then the start of basketball season. UNI men's. I think they're going to be pretty good this year.
Tough game right out of the gate against
Yeah.
Old Dominion.
Team they played twice last year. Although
That guy you may have heard of before, AJ Green's probably going to have a pretty big year.
I tell you what, I saw AJ Green at media day, and that guy spent some time in the weight room.
Yep.
He has physically just changed his body. He is.
He
a lot
understands what it's
stronger.
going to take because he knows he's going to be the focus point of a lot of teams, and he's going to take a lot of punishment.
I was hoping at first it was just a cramp. But that is be a lot more serious than that. As Falcone slowly being helped off the field, and let's hope that the big man Xavier Falcone is okay. So the Tigers 1st and 10 on that after that run by Ostrich, as he just was able to get around the corner enough for the first down. Oh, pressure over the middle, and Losher escapes momentarily, and then he's brought down, and a flag comes down.
Looks like a face mask.
That's what my guess would be, is they got
Losher reacted right away, and he's probably not going to say a whole lot unless he really feels like it happened. Oh, yeah, right there. About ripped the face mask off.
How frustrating will that has to be for Cedar Rapids Prairie. They finally get to Loescher, but then they commit the costly penalty when it looked like it was going to be a second down and long. Instead, it's a
first and about 7.
Yeah, 15-yarder. That's these types of face masking, sometimes inadvertent ones, so it's only a 5-yard penalty, but that one was no doubt about it. That's how he was able to bring down Loescher immediately. And you saw Loescher turn to the official. As John said, that, hey, did you see that? Showing blitz are the Hawks. Loescher hands the ball off. Oh, pop loose and picked up by Prairie. Second fumble in the game. Just did not look like a good exchange.
Prairie got a guy that kind of busted through, so there's going to be contact kind of at the handoff point. Never really got it clean and then popped up.
Ball just stripped out of the hands of Gross, and the Hawks come up with their second fumble recovery here in this third quarter.
But time for the defense to respond here.
So now Cedar Rapids Prairie has the ball at the 39-yard line. They give it to Pearson. Rams forward for a couple.
Again, I'm okay with those runs as long as they don't get big chunks on them, but that's clock-eating runs.
Approaching the halfway point now, this third quarter. 4:56 remaining. Tigers, a track meet here at the UNI-Dome, leading 42-28. Tigers led 28-21 at halftime. They split out, a couple wideouts to the right. And Williams will throw, slant in, and off the back of one of his, appeared to be his offensive lineman.
It's interesting because that should have almost been a legal man downfield. I don't know how it's not. They're trying to throw a screen, but they didn't throw a screen. Then they hit a lineman downfield. That should have been a legal man downfield. Because that's what Coach Remmert was saying. He was just talking to the official on that side. You can't do that. If he threw it behind the line of scrimmage by the where Amir was, that would have been okay.
I agree with you. That's what I thought. It was so strange they would hit him. Well, now it looks like there is a flag down. Yep, ineligible receiver downfield. And the Tigers will decline it. So it's a third down, a long 6 coming up for the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Cedar Falls is ready for that screen.
Hawks 2 losses on the year, but both losses coming to teams currently leading their districts. Cedar Rapids Kennedy and Waukee.
Yep. Hopefully they lose their third to a district leader tonight.
So third down coming up for the Hawks. Direct snap. Pearson around the right edge. Gobbles up a quick 4. A couple yards short of the first down. Again, Pearson just pounding and pounding on you. You see some of the Tigers a little bit slower getting up after that play. Fourth down and a couple. Hawks appear to be going for it, down by 2 scores. So far in the game, they are 1 for 3 on fourth downs. Clock continues to move, 3:55 to go in this third quarter. And now the Hawks call a timeout.
This not exactly gimme with a power run here, so it's a big play. You don't get this, we're probably going to go down and at least pin you deep or potentially score.
Tigers ahead by 2 touchdowns, coughing up the football on a turnover. The Hawks trying to make Cedar Falls pay for it. It's a good shot at the Hawks huddle. Man with the, again, the orange visor, that's the head coach, Mark Bliss, in his 5th year. He's been coaching a long time, 32 years, 25 years as a head coach. This is his 5th at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Is that the thing now? All head coaches got to wear a visor?
I guess.
It seems to be popular.
It does.
All levels. I think Brad Remmert started the trend.
Exactly. He's a trendsetter. We'll give him credit.
So we have seen the points put up fast and furious tonight. The Tigers fell behind by scores of 7-0, 14-7. And they counterpunched and led 21-14 and 28-14. The Hawks scoring with no time left in the first half, and a double pass that covered 26 yards, make it 28-21 at halftime. Now down, we're at 42-28. Here he is, 4th down and a couple. Hawks quickly line up. And going to run a double reverse, and they're going to throw. Receiver's open. And did he catch it? He did. Wow, and it's Hunter Williams, the quarterback, making the catch.
That's the play that, you know, Philly made famous, the Nick Foles.
And it's a low throw, and Williams was able to make the grab.
You know, and that's lucky for us, it was a low throw, because he might have been gone if he gives him a better pass.
Now the Philly special gives the Hawks a 1st and 10 at the Cedar Falls 40-yard line as the Hawks convert on 4th down.
Counter.
And drilled is Amir. Big hit by the Tigers, Trayton Weimer. And he's fired up after that hit. Look at the shot that Tariq Amir
Boom.
gets.
Somebody missed their block there. Somebody's got to count for 92.
These guys, both teams, man, they have exerted a lot of energy in this one.
Everyone's going to sleep well tonight.
And we still
got a quarter to go.
2:43 to go here in the 3rd. Tigers trying to hang on to this 2-touchdown lead. And Pearson up the middle, short yardage, 3rd down and long coming up. Say 3rd down and 10 for the Hawks. Hunter Williams, not been very accurate throwing some of his passes. He's had more success in those slant-ins.
It'd be great to pick one off here.
Hawks look to the sidelines. And the play clock down to 10 as they get settled at the line of scrimmage. It took a little while. Play clock down to 5. Direct snap to Pearson. Pearson slices his way through. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. Another 4th down coming up.
4th and 2. So we got the Philly special again, or what's going on here? Great tackle by Cedar there, though. You know you're kind of outmatched size-wise here. Stick your nose in there. Wrap up the legs. There's a great tackle there by Seeger. Somebody's bigger than you got to hit him low.
So again, it's a 4th and 2 for the Hawks. Minute 28 to go in the 3rd. Can they convert again on this drive? On a 4th down. Shift over. Tigers do as well. And now timeout taken by Cedar Rapids Prairie.
And that's what they tried to do before, where they tried to get you to jump off sides. Didn't work, so they had to call a timeout. Now they're down to 1 timeout. You know, if they do get back in the game, that could be big.
So the Hawks will discuss again what to do on this 4th down and 2 play. So it's both teams here. They're locks to make the 4A playoffs. But this is for the District 3 championship and home field advantage, which means a lot in the postseason. And the Tigers, they feel, well, they know if they win tonight's game that they
They're playing the Dome the rest of the way out. And the thing is, I think they would host a game either way. But if they lose this game, they're only going to host one, and then that's on the road. If they win this one, they'll be RPI 1, 2, or 3. If that's the case, you're in your home field until the semifinals, which is also in the Dome.
4th down and 2. After the timeout taken by Prairie. Direct snap to Williams, quick pass, and the tight end making the catch and carrying a tackler for the 1st down. It's Gabe Burkle.
Tell you what, that works because nobody's expecting that play.
Safe pass, and Burkle, huge target, 6'7".
Yeah, if he just
230-pound tight end.
If he falls forward, that's 2 yards.
They've tried to find him a couple times in this game. This time they're successful.
6'7", 230-pound sophomore.
So
I don't think he's going to get any smaller.
Plodding down the field are the Hawks. As Pearson disappears for a couple. This is, again, Another long time consuming drive by Cedar Rapids Prairie. This is their forte though.
Which I'm okay with because it's taking time off the clock, which is why they need to play with a lead.
Talk about Burkle. They also have that big tackle, Colton Staub, 79. If you look at him, he's 6'4", 285 pounds. He's a man. Rolling out to his right, Williams dumps it and incomplete. Trying to find that time down the field. Jake DeGroat.
Just doesn't look comfortable rolling around throwing the ball. So again, we've had him in 3rd and long a few times on this drive.
So the Hawks got the play. They look at their wristband. Now they're ready to go. Clock stop, 31 seconds to go here in the 3rd. And they're going to run the counter play. And Amir brought down as the tag made by Ryan Dunlop. That could be the last play of this 3rd quarter. So
Dunlop and Neiman in on that play.
Prairie will have the football to begin the 4th quarter, but it's Cedar Falls ahead by a couple of touchdowns, 42-28. We had fireworks to start this quarter, and now Prairie trying to stay alive as they'll be on the move, facing another big 4th down when we come back. Today's broadcast brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls. Find us online at withamauto.com. John and I will be back with the 4th quarter right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
How can you not be enjoying this high school football game between Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Prairie? The Tigers up 42-28 as we begin the 4th quarter. As the Hawks on the move, but facing another 4th down. They've converted twice on 4th down already. This time a little bit longer. 4th and 8 at the 24-yard line of Cedar Falls. Rolling out to his left. Quarterback Hunter Williams throws it, and it's incomplete. Oh, did he catch that? I thought it was deflected. Did he make the reception? I think he did.
He's bobbling. I'm not sure he caught that, but we'll see. Get a good look here.
Johnny Jones caught that. He made the one-handed catch, and he did make the reception. Wow, I thought it was tipped, but just over the outstretched hands. And the Hawks, amazing. They keep the drive alive. Johnny Jones, what a catch. Acrobatic on the sidelines. Tariq Amir carrying the football, but flags fly out, and they're going to bring this back. Illegal procedure call against Cedar Rapids Prairie. Wow, we got to see that catch again by Johnny Jones.
I think the catch is out of bounds because he's bobbling it. When he finally catches it, he's in air and he lands out of bounds. But my opinion is slightly biased. So just bobble. He's got it now, but his feet aren't down. He lands out of bounds. So to me, it's out of bounds.
Yep, his elbow was hitting that white area, that paint, and that should have been an incomplete pass.
It's close either way.
Tremendous.
Probably depends on what side you're sitting on.
Yep. 1st and 15. Over the middle, receiver open. There's Jones. He just made that catch and takes the ball all the way to the 6-yard line. They can pick up a 1st down at the 3. Long, time-consuming drive here for the Hawks. The Tigers have made them earn it. But as 3 times in this drive they've converted on 4th down. After 3 quarters of play, the Hawks with 439 yards in total offense. Cedar Falls 403. Pearson, the direct snap. And short of the first down. Tigers say they have the football, but the referee says Pearson was down. Tigers say they had ripped it out of the hands of Pearson, the leading ground gainer in Class 4A.
Kind of gets stood up, and Mickey comes in here right at the end. The ball's kind of loose. He just says, "Oh, I'll take that."
3rd down and 1 for the Hawks.
The Tigers pleading their case.
It was such a huge turnover.
Well, his
right down
knees
there.
were not down, and from that angle, so there's.
And that's the catch-22.
Yeah.
If you're going to give him the benefit of the added yards for running that way, then you got to give him the benefit on defense.
3rd down and 1. Ball to 3. Pearson hit, and did he make it? Well, don't make this go to a 4th down again.
It's got to be close. They're saying 4th, I think.
They're not saying he picked up the 1st down, so the Hawks are going to have to go for it on 4th down again.
For the first down, with 4th down for the Hawks.
I think they're going to measure.
Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Wow.
It's the 3.
Okay, up at the 3-yard line as they will measure whether or not Pearson picked up enough.
Nope.
He is going to be short, looks like. Inches.
I can see it all the way up here, Mark. This is where it's interesting. Those teams that take a pistol snap or a shotgun snap, this is where sometimes it's beneficial to be under center and just run that sneak. But
Tigers taking the meaning bend but not break to the extreme here.
exactly. You got to commend Prairie for converting all these 4th downs as well.
Well, 4th down and inches, ball to 3. After all this, can the Tigers hold? That's hard to do on inches. Pearson dives forward. He only needed inches. He didn't gain much, but I think he got enough.
Yeah, he got it pretty easy. They gave him 1.5 yards, maybe almost 2 yards.
This has been one of the more impressive drives we have seen all season long.
Maggie Chester of Denver.
Now
Report to the concourse.
it just seems inevitable.
They're just going to keep doing the
Ball
same
at
thing.
the 1-yard line. And again, they shift over.
Just trying to get you off balance here.
And we'll go with Pearson. Dives forward. Does he get in? No indication yet. And the referees, still nobody has raised their hands. Prairie Hawks say yes. And now the referee indicates it is a touchdown.
But that was a delayed call there.
So the Hawks with 9:06 still to go in the ball game. Finally.
He probably reached it over. Not too short right here. Right here he gets stood up. He reaches, he fumbled. Boy. It's interesting.
Well, if it takes that long, I'd say
He's down.
yeah. Try for the extra point. Well, the Hawks still in this ball game as they pull within 7, 42-35. And that Tiger offense been sitting on the sidelines for a long time. Watch at the end here.
He reaches it over, but the ball comes out. Right there, it's already out.
That's just a scrum there. Massive humanity.
It'd be interesting to see who comes up with it. Yeah, that's
42-35.
just imagine what's going on at the bottom of that pile, Mark.
Well, Cedar Falls now hoping to have that type of success, at least time-wise, with the football here, put the pressure on the Hawks. Put that.
Yeah, you got to commend Prairie for bouncing back, and we've kind of had him on the ropes a couple times. That drive, we had him on 4th down 2 or 3, maybe 4 times, and we get any of those stops, games in serious jeopardy, and they find a way. You know, the bobbled catch on the edge, 4th down conversions.
And that started because of the turnover by Cedar Falls and that fumble.
Yep.
So Tigers turned it over, and the Hawks make them pay for it. It's now 42-35. We'll see. I'm sure, again, another squib kick by the Hawks. Came close last time to recovering it. So went through the legs, one of the up men for CF. This time a little pooch kick, and they're going to give Alba a chance. Alba across the 20. Short return, and only gets up to about the 27-yard line. Alba, who averages around 40 yards a kickoff return this year.
He's probably in shock.
Yeah.
They actually kicked it to him.
I was in shock. So Tigers will take over. 9 minutes to go in the game. Now, just kind of feel like Tigers have to score every time they have the football because of the way the Hawks have been able to move the football in this ball game. Ostrich, 157 yards, rushing to lead the Tigers. Loescher, 7 out of 9 for 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 completions, 249 yards. Comes out throwing. Wolf makes the catch, and Landon Wolf, his first catch of the ball game, and he's pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Like I say, right at the 34.
And that's the stuff where when they get to watch film on the side, everyone runs their routes every time. They watch on film how are people guarding other people, and they knew they could probably throw that quick pass to Wolf.
7 catches on the year for Landon Wolf, 6'4", 175-pound junior. Second down and short. Tigers come out throwing. Guess who? Landon Wolf again. This time he stays in bounds and picks up the first down.
And that's the big thing there. Keep in bounds, run the clock. If they're going to give him that much space, Loescher just flip it right out to him every time.
Tackle made on the play that time by Mason Mahoney, a cornerback, who's now the sidelines talking to him about coming up a little bit more.
Say, hey, don't give him 10 yards every time.
Carter Jansen into the ball game at receiver, top of the field, running the option. Tigers. Loescher will keep it. Loescher finds a seam and picks up a first down.
Loescher to the 43.
If you like defensive ball games, this hasn't been your evening.
This is not your game.
Look at Loescher. Another strong run. Now Loescher been sacked a couple times in this ball game, but he's run the ball effectively. 1st and 10. Belt high snap on the rollout, and there's Wolf open on the sidelines again, and Mahoney throws him out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Loescher. Well, it's just fun to watch somebody at their craft who is so good. Just look at.
Yeah, Loescher just picking him apart. But you can see Cernette at the end of the play came over and said, hey, just get down and in play or in bounds so that you can run the clock.
7:41. Wolf with 3 receptions on this drive, and the Tigers now 1st and 10 at the Prairie 30-yard line. Seems if the Tigers can hang on to the football, they'll be able to score. Ostrich, right side of the line of scrimmage, spinning forward, just like that, a quick 6-7 yards.
It was a great extra effort by Ostrich. He got hit at about 3 or 4 yards and was able to spin out of it for an extra couple.
A season high for Ostrich, 197 yards. He had 157 through 3 quarters. 42-35. Tigers up by 7 in this winner-take-all game for Class 4A District 3. Throwing, lofting the ball, and bringing it in. What a catch. Campbell, touchdown. Give him 6.
That's just a mismatch. There's not many corners that can play in the slot and cover Trey Campbell. They caught it with one hand here. His left hand looked like. Loescher saw what he liked here. Just get over the top. Trey's like, I'll just take that. One-handed the whole way.
The Tigers march down the field, and it's Loescher to Campbell, 23 yards.
Campbell just goes, no need for 2 here. I'll just take it with 1. Left hand, too.
Oof. Campbell's second touchdown reception of the game. Loescher, now 4 touchdown passes.
Wonder if the coaches are excited about 2 more years of him.
He talked a lot, John,
Ooh.
off Mike about his athleticism.
Oh, yeah.
And he is.
Yep, I had the pleasure of coaching him in basketball last year, and he's just a phenomenal athlete, great kid.
Campbell, he hauled in a second half here, a long 63-yard touchdown catch.
He kind of started the year with, practicing with the sophomores, but he knew it was just a matter of time for that talent weighed out, and he was going to get his shot on the varsity team.
7 minutes left. I think both teams have a couple touchdowns left
Yeah,
in
for
them.
sure. A couple, probably 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns, and
You saw Campbell there in the sidelines, and that guy is just.
he's a cool customer, man.
Yeah, he's just one of the faces on Mount Rushmore.
Exactly,
You know?
yep.
No emotion. I want to play cards with him.
Exactly. You would have no idea he just scored a one-handed touchdown, one of the best plays of the game.
49-35. As the ball booted into the end zone.
Hopefully,
you have to think this.
hopefully Pete's got some ice for Allball's leg because he's getting a workout there with all those kicks.
I might have to look in the record books. Most points.
Does
in the
Loescher got
game.
4 touchdown passes right now?
Yes.
Okay, so we might as well get 1 more, tie the record.
Heck, why not 2 more?
I mean,
Break
2,
it.
yeah, might as well go for it.
Here comes Prairie now. Now the Hawks again, the pressure on them. And the Tiger defense tantalizing close, stopping them several times. But Prairie able to convert 3 times on 4th down last time. Able to go down the field and score on that 1-yard run by Pearson. So the direct snap. And Pearson bounces outside. Off he goes, and finally chasing him down and coming up with a tackle is Cedar for Cedar Falls.
Just no let up. It's just gashing plays.
The ball at the 34-yard line.
And that's tough. You think you have him kind of stuffed in the middle there and just bounces to the outside.
He had 35 yards in the first half. After 3 quarters, he had 130. But he had that long 60-yard run early in the third. Williams is going to throw. Now he takes off.
Williams on the keeper.
Slides to the 39. That's got to be hard on that.
This is a tough play defensively. You got both those actions that are really tough to defend, and Quarter just picks it up and runs it.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's hard for those linemen. They just keep coming, and this is a test of fatigue right now for both teams. And Amir almost caught in the backfield, hurdles a player, and almost took it to the house. Seeger again, a touchdown saving tackle. As Tariq Amir looked like they had him in the backfield.
And Bonenkamp hit him once.
And he shrugs it off, and then that little hurdle, and look at.
The big thing though with Seeger here is he's tackling those guys in the legs. You can't go anywhere without your legs, so he's kind of been a key on the back end there. Now you don't want your safety leading in tackles, but he's made some big ones.
And here come the Hawks, 5:48 remaining in the bowl game. Play action, they're looking deep, and they're gonna get to Hunter Williams. Bonenkamp, sack number 9 on the season, and the ball goes back to the 44-yard line.
That's one of the most impressive things about Bonenkamp to me is the motor. You know, you were just talking about how the linemen are constantly blocking and running, and he brings that energy every single play. He didn't know that was going to be a pass, but he attacked it the same way and went to the quarterback just the same.
See everybody just drenched in
He's
sweat.
huffing right there. He's just working hard.
That's a second down, 17, loss of 7 yards on first down. Williams now forced to pass over the middle, dumps it off. Johnny Jones. And Jones gets the original line of scrimmage. Third down coming up. But you got to figure down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it every time they have the football.
They run that play quite a bit, that kind of cross route. go double twins and run a cross route.
4:38. Time now becoming a factor. The Hawks trying to battle back. Tigers trying to slam the door on them. They throw it again over the middle. And making the catch. And brought down.
Play.
Again, the Tigers make a nice open field tackle. Adam Longwell.
Paxson making the tackle there. The key there, though, is inbounds.
I laugh because it's 4th and 2.
It's a shocker, right? 4th down again. I'd love to see their 4th down rate. 7 for 8 on 4th down or something. Big thing is, though, they're low on timeouts. The ball's in play, so the clock is running.
Tigers finally stop Cedar Rapids Prairie on 4th down. Throw it out. Longwell with the catch, heads upfield, and he converts. And ball up to the 35-yard line.
They've run that play a couple times as well. They send 2 in motion, and they use him as a lead blocker.
Hawks. A lot of fight in this team. Got to give them credit. They could have rolled over a few times in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely a playoff team for sure.
Williams again dumps it off short. Let their backs do the rest. And Tariq Amir runs out of bounds. Minimal gain. We have a 2nd down and 9 coming up for Cedar Rapids Prairie. They come in 6 and 2. Tied with Cedar Falls, though, in the district at 4-0.
Cedar Falls doing a really good job of just keeping things in front of them, making the tackles when they're there, make them drive the whole way in pieces.
Tell you what, whoever sees Cedar Rapids Prairie in the playoffs,
not going to be a treat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough team to prepare for. Again, that little crossing route and making the catch is Brody Jones.
Well, he was close to being down on that hit by Mickey, but
apparently his knee did not touch. They're going to give forward progress. 1st down. Watch the knee.
I guess not. Good
balance as he put that hand down.
Good job by the referee there.
At the 25-yard line, 3:13 to go. The Hawks had to use a couple 1st downs in that long drive last time they had the football. They scored to cut within 7 at 42-35. Williams set up a screen. They throw it out into the flat. Tariq Amir makes the catch, holding on for dear life, and bringing him down is Eli Mickey.
That's a big play. It's like Caden Barnett maybe down there for a second.
Barnett was down, and he gets up.
Put Dunlop in there, but yeah, you got to go back to that tackle by Mickey. One-on-one against one of their best players, right out in space. He's the only guy that has a shot here. It's Mickey or nobody. What a great job there, wrapping up a leg, holding on.
Caden Barnett ran off on his own power. I think he just took a block and a little shaken up. 2nd down and 11. Little rollout, throws. Ooh. Oh, a big hit. As Paxson with the hit on Jones. Prairie fans want a penalty. That looked to be all right.
It was his shoulder. He hit him with the shoulder, not the helmet.
Watch, the ball hit his hands, though. It was not a late hit as they throw it. That's just.
He hit him with the shoulder, not his helmet.
I don't see anything vicious or.
The only thing you would say is defenseless. I mean, defenseless receiver, but that's more of an NFL call than.
He was attempted to knock the ball loose. Watch the pass. And off. I mean, that's just a bang-bang play. You hate to see the guy hurt. Now there is a flag. Whoa.
Now they threw it.
Well, that was a real late flag. I think the
flag is more for almost a crowd reaction.
Yeah. Getting up slowly, shaking up.
It's kind of interesting how
that was Colton Forslund who took the hit there.
It's interesting how the game has changed because 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that play would be top 5 Sports Center hit kind of a thing where they celebrate it. But now they're trying to take that hit out of the game.
So correction, that was Colton Forslund who got shaken up there.
And again, it wasn't targeting. It was probably defenseless. It's a defenseless player. But he definitely wasn't targeting him. He just lowered his shoulder.
2:42 remaining in the ball game, and now the Hawks first and goal at the 7-yard line after the penalty. The Hawks still in this ball game. They lob it into the end zone. Dead, knocked loose as Cernette, I think, may have got a hand on it.
He did. Cernette's a basketball player. He said he'll go up there and get that. A one-on-one jump ball on the edge here. Cernette goes up, swat that away.
That was Burkle, the 6'7" tight end.
It's a good idea. But sometimes, you know, you underestimate his athleticism where he can go up and get that ball.
That's just a good name for a tight end that size, Burkle.
Yep. The bruiser.
Stops the clock, and then flag flies out as the ball snapped.
Clear procedure penalty again.
2:36 remaining. Long game with all the points being scored.
I didn't see that one as much, but
I'll go back to the 12-yard line. Maybe give them a little
second goal.
Yeah. Give them a little bit more room to work with here. They like to throw it out into the flat. Or
you want to bet if they get it down to 4th and 2? 4th and 2 or 3?
Tigers just open for a stand here. Someone step up, maybe get a turnover. Williams throws it, ball caught. There's Burkle, and Burkle's going to rumble in for the score. And the Hawks, with 2.5 minutes to go, right back in this ball game. Now probably expect an onside kick.
Yeah, you got to get the hands team ready. They only have one timeout, so they have to squib it.
So a 12-yard touchdown pass, Williams to Burkle. Now, extra point coming up. (49-42). I would have to imagine this has to be the highest scoring games in Cedar Falls history.
I know. You're the stats guy, and then you quiz me on something I know nothing about.
We're gonna have to bring out the record books here. 49-42 as the Tigers preparing for an onside kick. Yes.
This is pretty close to being the game because they recover this. Prairie only has one timeout.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into this real quick here. I'm grabbing the scoring game is let's see. Wow.
The interesting thing is here, if Cedar Falls holds on and Prairie has 3 losses, they're going to be, you know, a double-digit seed, where you're going to have a district champion that's 4, 5, or 6 in the RPI, and you got to match up with this team. That is no treat for the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they'd be a dangerous team to play. It really impressed me. I thought the numbers they'd put in their last 2 opponents, maybe the competition wasn't quite as strong, but what they've done here against a good Cedar Falls defense that came in averaging just 14, giving up 14 points a ball game.
Yep.
So here it is. This could probably be the ball game here. Onside kick, and do we have a timeout? Yeah, Cedar Falls called a timeout.
Yeah. Look, they're going to throw a flag almost.
Is that to freeze the kicker?
Maybe.
Like, you see, like they try to freeze when they try to kick for a game-winning field goal?
Maybe he'll cramp up when he's going to kick the onside there. I don't know.
Wow.
They probably wanted to see how Prairie was lining up, and Cedar Falls just, you know, and this is smart. You want to make sure you get the right guys in the right spots because you're not going to get 2 shots at this. You got to make sure you get the ball here.
Well, we'll see what the strategy is for Coach Brad Remmert for Cedar Falls, and how will Prairie respond?
And this is one where Prairie might just turn around and put the guys on the other side and kick it the other way, but
it's been a incredibly entertaining ball game between the Cedar Falls Tigers and the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie in this battle for first place in Class 4A District 3. The final game of the regular season, and 2.5 minutes to go. Appears to be coming down to this onside kick. The Hawks had to burn a couple timeouts. And that long time-consuming drive that they had to end the third and start the fourth quarter. Will that come back to haunt them here? So their kicker, A.J. Walter, puts the ball on the tee, right at the 40.
They're getting serious. Even Loescher's out here on the hands team. Not taking anything for granted here. You put your All-State 6'5" quarterback
Tiger
out there.
defense is saying, please recover this. So here we go. Little squib kick, takes a bounce, and it's a loose ball.
I think Loescher got it.
And Cedar Falls celebrating. Boy, it hit the shin of one of the Tigers up, man, and then it was loose on the ground, and there he is.
He's recovered by the Tigers.
Kind of joked around, but
You want a hands man up there?
exactly. You get your quarterback up there. You want to win the game.
Watch this. They got a great kick.
First down 10
Watch
for Cedar
it.
Falls at the 43-yard
Hit
line.
the shin
Nate
of
G.
Nate G.
How does Loescher get this ball?
And the ball loose on the. There is Loescher picking it up.
Johnny on the spot right there. What can he do? He does it all. Does that make you nervous, Mark?
Mercy. So now 2.5 minutes to go, and the Tigers just trying to get a first down here. Nostrich turning the corner, and he stays in bounds as he's whipped down to the ground.
At the 45-yard
Brody
line.
Jones with the tackle for Prairie. 2:15 and counting. And now the Hawks will use their final timeout. So 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go. The Hawks have had no answer for this Cedar Falls offense in this bowl game after a slow start for the Tigers, but you know, the Tigers have had success passing the football. Would they even think about throwing the ball in this situation?
I don't think you would till third down. But I just can't get over Loescher getting that onside kick. I mean, that ball was nowhere near him, and then all of a sudden it's there. He just scoops it up. But, man, we were fortunate there. But, yeah, I think you have to keep it on the ground. I know you'd like to take a chance here, but here's the squib again. I mean, that's a great design right up the middle. When Loescher was just on it.
So if either team scores another touchdown, should be the most combined scored points in the series between these two teams. Brian Wenzel letting me know about that. Brian Wenzel, a great historian on Cedar Falls Tiger football. 49-42.
Wonder what the other game was where
Oof.
they scored more than 89 or 91 points.
Saw Ryan Jacobs, the basketball coach of Cedar Falls, at halftime. This is a basketball type score.
It might be higher than a basketball score sometimes.
Under center, Loescher up the middle. Ostrich breaks free, going for his 5th touchdown of the night.
This is Ostrich.
And Ostrich.
Tigers.
Well, that ties a
54
school
yard
record with his 5th touchdown.
Ryan Ostrich.
Give him 6.
That might have done it, Mark. I don't want to, sign it off too early because Prairie's got a lot of fight in him, but that might be it. Great blocking up front. How do you get that big of a hole when you know the run is coming?
It took a whopping 27 seconds after Prairie had scored their touchdown for the Tigers to quickly score.
That's why you don't throw it, Mark.
Woof. What a game for Ryan Ostrich.
There's the points we needed right there,
Give
too.
him a high five because he just scored his 5th touchdown.
Great blocking. Man, he's just got jets. Nobody's even close to him.
I don't have rooms. in my
Yeah, I told you,
scoring
you gotta
sheet
turn-
to
you gotta
put in
turn the page.
More points scoring. So that is a record in this series between these two teams. Man, 56-42. But so this is a 8-man style game here at the UNI-Dome. What a shootout, 56-42. If I tell you before the game, Prairie's going to score 42 points, I would have said, wow, they're going to win the
We're
game.
probably going to lose, yeah. It might be ugly.
Yeah, and
We're going to win by multiple scores, potentially. It's not over yet. Never know.
I mean, still,
Yeah.
2 minutes and 3 seconds.
The second half, we had 2 turnovers and 2 touchdowns in a minute, 24.
I spoke too soon. The record for touchdowns in a game, Barkley Hill, 2011. Scored 6 in a victory over Dubuque Hempstead. Thought Ostrich had tied the record. So Barkley Hill, your record is safe. Amir takes it deep at the 1. Oh!
Capri
And the
Wilson.
ball comes loose.
Capri Wilson with a big hit.
Wow, what a hit in a game. The offense has been featured. It's a huge hit on special teams that will seal the deal. Tariq Amir got his bell rung.
Did they call him down? They're saying it's Prairie's ball, I think. What? He might have been. But, man, what a hit by Capri Wilson.
I thought Mickey had recovered and the Tigers were going to take over. No, it's Capri Wilson. That was...
Capri said, sit down.
Wow, that was impressive. Still a minute 57 to go in the game. Hawks out of timeout, so Tigers just keep them in front of you. Wilson lobbing it over the middle, picked off. That'll seal it. Cernette slides to the field.
That's how smart Cernette is. He just goes right down there. There's no point. He could fumble it. He could do whatever he knew. Just pick it off and get out and get out of here.
So the Hawks' second turnover of the ball game is the nail in the coffin as Cernette coming up with his second pick of the season.
He said, I'll take this and we'll go home. And then we'll play the rest of our games in the Dome.
So now the Tigers just have to snap the ball a couple times and then the celebration will begin.
I think Ostrich is saying, he could maybe give me 1 or 2 more carries here.
I think I
can get Barkley Hill's record.
I can tie it, Coach. Look at that. That's the victory formation. As Cale Loescher made some of the biggest plays of the game, throwing the football and recovering an onside kick.
The onside kick was probably the biggest play.
And fans starting to head to the exit. I think we've talked about this game for a while. 56-42. As
you could talk the whole way home to Prairie. You'd have plenty of material.
Game for the records after the smoke clears from this one. So Loescher, snap it, goes down to one knee. So the Tigers now find out later tonight who they'll be facing in the quarterfinals of the 4A playoffs.
Yep.
They're going to go undefeated, the winning streak in the regular season, John, now 24 games.
Like it.
Second straight year they were on the table, going 9-0 in the regular season. Congratulations to Brad Remmert and his coaching staff.
I was just thinking, if you watched Friday Night Heroes or Friday Night Lights, what highlights would you show? I mean, how much time you got?
Spend the whole show. And there, the final snap, and the Tigers hands up in celebration. Cale Loescher. All he does is win, right?
That's right.
Wow, some of the highlights in this game. Tariq Amir put the Hawks ahead early on that long 65-yard touchdown run. Tigers counter as Ryan Ostrich with his strong running on the Tigers' first drive. This is his first of 5 touchdowns. A 1-yard run. I tied the score at 7. And the Hawks again with Amir this time. 75 yards. And it looked like the Hawks had things going their way, leading 14-7, but Tigers quickly grabbed that momentum. Ostrich speeding up the middle of the field. That tied it just at 14. And then Ostrich doing it again. 65 yards. 21-14 at that point. Loescher to Ostrich. This is a little screen pass. And watch this. He accelerates, and they weren't going to catch him. 74 yards when it's all said and done. Looked like the Tigers had this game in control, but watch right end of the half. This is that double pass. No time left on the clock. And it's Forsland finding Jones, Johnny Jones. That was our score at halftime, 28-21. Early in the third, perfect pass, Loescher to Campbell. That covers 63 yards. Hawks come right back, and it's Pearson. He gets onto the scoreboard for the Hawks, 60 yards out. 35-28 at that point. These teams are just exchanging touchdowns. Watch Ostrich, another strong run. Tigers cap off the drive. Oh, nope. Continue with that is, again, Ostrich running the ball. Tigers then looked over the middle to Remmer. The tight end makes the grab. 26 yards out. Tigers up 42-28. We're not done yet, though. Pearson ends that real long, time-consuming drive 3 times and converted on 4th down. Pearson in from 1, 42-35. Loescher finding Ryan Ostrich. This was the clincher. That was the last touchdown. That would make the score at 56-42, and that was our final score. Mercy.
Take a breath, Mark.
Woo! All right, great job as Cedar Falls wins the Class 4A District 3 title. Excellent job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. For John Yoakum, I'm Mark Simpson. A fun one here at the Dome as we get ready now for the playoffs. You've been watching Tiger Football on Cedar Falls Community Television.